I think I'm live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy Wednesday to you. Hump day. Take just a moment here. Let me get my little screens all set up here and we'll get started here. Hope you're having an amazing week full of amazing moments. See what we got going on here. Not sure why this is acting up here. All right, let's try this again. Come on. All right. Oh, there it goes. All right, let's try this again. Try it with this here. All right, it's acting up. Hold on just a sec. Hey, everybody. Was all set, and then it went black on my little pad here, so it's not doing what it normally does here. Let me try this again. All right, we'll go here. Come on, come on. Go in here, and then click on there. All right. I think we are live. It's all showing all good to go here. So we are all set. Thank you for that. Happy Wednesday. Can you believe it's the middle of the week already? Crazy, 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 right? But welcome everybody. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you for all the thumbs up already. It does of course help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the love tsunami. So thank you guys so much for doing that. And we will get into all the readings here in a moment. Before we'll do that, though, we will take a deep breath to come back to the moment, and then also bring in the singing bowl for some lovely energy. And then we'll do my little spiel about how everything works, and we'll get into the readings. I'm excited. Today is a Pisces moon. It's went into it yesterday morning, I think, or this morning or late last night, but we're in the Pisces moon tonight and tomorrow night for these sessions. And then we move into Aries for a couple nights, and then Sunday we'll be in Taurus. So the moon's making its little progressions as it does. So my moon is in Pisces. So it's a very spiritual, emotional connection moon. So we're going to be channeling tonight for sure. All right, but let's get into it. I'm blabbing. So if you want to join me in centering our energy and coming back to this moment, we're just going to take a big deep breath in, hold it for as long as you feel comfortable, and then a slow exhale, letting the future drop away, letting the past drop away, and then also the chaos of the outside world, just letting it go, go, go. So if you want to join me, let's begin there. Big deep breath in. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. I can definitely tell since I've been beginning to walk, I can take a deeper breath. It helps. Actual cardio, actually walking. Wow. All right. And then we'll bring in the singing bowl. I'll hit it 3 times. And as I do that, just imagine this beautiful love energy, eternal, unconditional love energy flowing down into us, filling us up into our minds and all our thoughts, and through our hearts and all our emotions, through our bodies and all our cells and our organs and our blood and just every cell of our body, and into our energetic body too, all of our chakras, our meridians, our auras, filling us up completely and then flowing out to the outside world. Letting it do what it wants to do out there to help lower the chaos and raise the vibration of the planet according to its will, right? And of course, something we can do that we talk about all the time is gratitude. If we can think of one thing in this moment while we're letting all that energy flow that we're grateful for, that immediately begins to raise our love vibration and magnetizes us to receive more of what we're grateful for. So it's always a win-win, 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 win. So we'll do that. I'm not sure how loud the singing bowl will be. I'll start it off a little at a distance so it doesn't deafen some of you, but we'll do that. And so I will hit it 3 times, right? So let's begin. Remember gratitude. Boy, she's just singing away. She'll just sing for a while if I let her. She's like, shh, 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 shh. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that. Oh, wow. Some powerful energy. She was loud tonight. Wow. So thank you guys so much for joining me and doing that. It's such a wonderful energy. I can always tell when everyone else joins in. It's just this feeling of fullness that flows. So thank you guys so much. I've moved my camera from over here to right here. So if you catch me staring over here, that's why. It always takes me a day or two to go, oh, that's right. I moved my camera, arranging my desk, getting stuff, cleansing things off my desk so that I have more space. So I moved some cameras onto the same little stand and it's really cool, but I have to get used to that. So, hey, everybody. I got lost in that too, Deb Deb. Wow. So I'm so grateful to have you guys here. I think I need to bring this a little closer so I can see it. There we go. I did move it this way, but I didn't move the monitor. So, oh wow, it's amazing what like a foot can do with your eyesight when you're, getting older. Oh, you kind of jumped. Oh, when I spoke when it was finishing up. I get you. I get you. So, hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Um, I'm so excited. I am so excited to be here. I love I'm now live Wednesday through Sunday nights. I'm not on Saturday mornings anymore in my Sunday morning session. I did push to the evening, but I get another day with you guys. And it feels different, that I know for some, especially my international crew, um, the time change of doing it just in the evenings makes it a little more um difficult for you guys because it's in the middle of the night or late at night or early in the morning. So thank you for your patience and the change. And I do post the session early in the morning, my time. Early is 8 or 9 a.m., but I put it out earlier in the day So you have all day, you can put out your questions and make donations, and you can use the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and Square, all that too. And then just put your question because the chat is available immediately. And I do jump in and out throughout the day and grab all the questions just in case anything bizarre happens on YouTube, that I do keep it all. So far, knock on wood, it hasn't, nothing's gone away, so I'm really grateful, for that. Um, so thank you guys. All that to say thank you, for your patience with the changes, and I'm enjoying, having another day where we get to contact and, with each other. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. I'm Bretta Zen, Bretta Z, and we're here, of course, spilling the tea with Bretta Z. Uh, if you want to know how the whole process works, it's all down in the description box of the video. But just quickly, how it works. Free readings are first come, first serve. You just put your question out in the chat or ask for a general reading if you don't want to share your business or you're not sure what you want to know from spirit. Those free readings are generally 1 to 2 cards. But if anyone makes a donation, I do prioritize that energy exchange, honor that. I step out of the free readings. We dive deeper as well into the questions with more cards. We spill more tea, and you also get a little fortune cookie to round out your reading, which is like an oracle card of some sort. If you want to make a donation, can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. We do have the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square, like I mentioned, that are listed. I don't have any set dollar amounts, so whatever you're able to give from your heart. I know everyone has the ability to donate or has same dollar amounts because of the cost of living and cost the rate of exchange across the world, blah blah blah. So I do honor whatever you're able to give. 'Cause I know you're giving what you can. Um, what else, what else? Blah, blah, blah. If 2.5 hours in, I have not gotten to any free readings, I do step away from donations, do at least 30 minutes of free readings. I always complete donations out after that, and if I have time left over and energy, then I also complete as many more free readings if I didn't finish them all in the 30 minutes that, we had. So I try to get through as many of the free readings too, because I know everybody, we all want to hear from spirit. I hear you. I learned so much through the readings too. So let's see. At the end of each session, I do post a pinned comment listing all the readings with timestamps. So if you ever need to come back, you can just look for that pinned comment in the on the video, the stream, and see your name. Click on that little timestamp, takes you right to your reading. Easy breezy, short and easy. So boom, boom, boom. Some things that I offer in addition to these live readings, of course, I do have personal readings and my hedges, energetic hedges. All that information is down in the description box if you want a personal reading. I also have a giveaway every new and full moon. We just had the new moon giveaway, of course, this weekend. So if you haven't got into the full moon reading coming up on February 1st, a full moon in Leo, uh, I just posted that. Today's Wednesday, so on evening is when I finally got around to it. So if you check that out, then, I also have the video link in the description box of the video, as well, and, what else, what else? Yeah, I think that's it for that, but it's every new moon and every full moon for that. Also, I have um, oh, yeah, tomorrow. Okay, I was gonna go I didn't do it yet. It's because it comes out tomorrow. I have a podcast series, and I have a new I just finished it today. That's why I was like, "Wait a minute, I didn't update my, my little, link here because it comes out tomorrow." So, midnight tonight, my time, 2 AM Eastern, the new adventure comes out, but, with the easier path. So if you wanna check out the current playlist to catch up or the most recent one about defensiveness or being on the defense, you can check out that link as well. I also have started I know always at the beginning of the year, I have new things that I start, right? I'm gonna try to maintain balance though. So enjoy them while they happen. But I'm gonna try to do like a making the most of the moon energy. So before the new moon, I put out this one. You can still use this for this Capricorn new moon because we can still use that energy for a little bit. But I do put those out there, and I created a new playlist for that. Um, so you can do that, and then the full moon before the full moon, I'll put out how to use the most of that energy for releasing. New moons are new moon wishes and new moon intentions. Full moons are releasing kind of energy. So we'll go into those as well. And then, yeah, I think those are the big things. I did, introduce one of my new energetic hedges, if you wanna check out that one. Here is the link to the video I just put out today. Yeah, I just announced it today. That's what I announced today. So got a kinda some stuff happening, but it's a wonderful hedge of health. So if you want to check that out, you're interested. I'm excited for this one. Going to be puppy putting out a new hedge, energetic hedge, a type of hedge every month for a while. So when I introduce them out, I'll have them at reduced pricing for about 3 weeks or so. That's when this one is. So be sure to check it. All right. I think that's all the blah, blah, blah. I think that's enough blah, blah, blah. What do you guys think? All right, let's do some shout outs and we'll get started into the readings. So start at the bottom. We got Livier Vagara in the house. Hey, Livier. Hello, hello. Good to see you. And we've got Michelle Smith. Thank you so much, Michelle. I do see your donation. Whoops. Came in over here. I think. Hold on. Let's try that again. Sorry, I'm crunching right into the thing, and I wonder why the cash app didn't come through. Came through over here, but not over here. Oh, now it did. Just had to be updated there. So, Michelle Smith, I do have your donation via the Cash App. So we got you there. All right, and let me just like share here real quick. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm like right here. Oh, I know, because I'm like right here too. All right, so it always happens. I'm cold. Before the session starts, and then as soon as I start spirit starts happening, warm up. All right. So let me take a look here. All right, so we have that here. So we got Marissa. All right, yeah, there we go. And then you got my baby. I see you. Hello, hello. Let's get you onto the free list here. And of course, Deb, happy Wednesday to you. Okay, let me add this on here. For yours here. Whoops. You know what? I forgot to turn down my volume. If you guys hear the little, sounds like a magic wand. Bring. All right, there we go. Oh, my baby, yours was a donation. So sorry, I just now saw that. So let's add you onto that list here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I'll get with it here in a sec. And then Benita, hey Benita, got your free question. Let's get you on the list here. We got Steve in the house. Good to see you, Steve. We got you on the free list here. And then we've got Gene XO. We got you on the list here. And then Christina Lowe. Hey, Christina. Got you on the donation list here. And we've got Shanae also on the donation list here. And then Maria P. We do have you on the free readings and then also the donations. So thank you for that. All right. And then we've got Touch O Love. We got you here as well on the free list here. And looks like Cat Mia, you deleted yours, so I'll delete you off of here for now. I think you redid it on the bottom, so I'll add you on once I scroll back down there. And then Jojo in the house. So Jojo, thank you for your donation. You'll actually be up first. And then we've got Swaroop, Bobby, and Minu. Hello, hello. From earlier into the day, we got you on the free readings. You guys will be up first for the free readings once we get down there. All right. And let me just make sure here. We also have. All right. Did I miss Marissa? No, I got Marissa. Marissa says donated down here. Yay. Yeah. And you on the list up here. Let me see. Time frame here. I think I saw Michelle Smith and Marissa Smith, and my mind put those together. So you're um, right before Michelle. We got the Smiths. That was a good group back in the day. The Smiths uh, musical group. All right, so I got that in there. So thank you, Marissa. And then we've got so there's Kat Mia and Olivier. Hello, hello. So we've got you guys here. All right. I think we are all set here. Do one quick little look just to make sure. Don't want to miss anyone, you know. I didn't like being left out as a child, during the reindeer games like Rudolph. So I like to make sure I do my best at least not to leave anyone out. I know. The reindeer games. All right. We do have a little white or crystal quartz crystal here joining us today, bringing us in some beautiful clarity. So we'll be bringing that in here, and we're going to be using, because it's Pisces moon tonight and tomorrow night. Whoops, see, I tell you, it's over here. You got Ocean Tarot. Um, it's a beautiful deck, so we'll be using that this evening. And then if you make a donation, your fortune cookie is, we started to use this on Sunday evening. So we're going to continue to use this, the little foretell arrow oracle. I don't know why I said arrow. All right. That is what we will do. We'll get started. Hey, Shanji. Hello. All right. There it pops in here. Not sure why Cash App is acting a little different tonight. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, so we'll get you here. Thank you for your donation, and we'll add you in here. So, where the donations are right now, Jojo up first, then Maria P, then Shay, and then Christina, and then Marissa Smith, and then Michelle Smith, and then Shanji. So that's where we're at currently for that, and we won't go over the free readings yet. All right. So let's get started, everybody. So happy to be here. All the love. I feel the love. I feel the love. All right. So first, Joe. I blabbed a lot, didn't I? All right. So let's take a look here. So Jojo, thank you so much for your donation. I'll give that a love and a like here. And you want some advice, a reading on your mother. All right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about your mother right now. Okay, we've got that. Do you want these? Do you want this one here? And continue into advice here. We got those. And that's all right. What do we have here? All right. Well, you do have the on the bottom, which is the 10 of Pentacles. And underneath that, the Queen of Treasure, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that's right. After I had to double check, make sure Treasure is Pentacles. because that kind of feels like, mama's the queen of the family tree, at least right now. So there is that energy, a little bit of, I would say, what is this? It's like honoring them for where they're at in the ancestral tree, but also there's like this understanding coming in of everything that flowed down through the ancestry, came through your mother, and then, of course, was passed on to her children and any of her, uh, brothers and sisters to their children or whatever like that too, but there is this kind of interesting seeing it on a family tree and honoring the position where she is at and also having that understanding of what, you know, she was kind of born into, if that makes sense. We'll see if what clarity comes in here. So what else about mom? That's just the bottom of the deck. And we have the hanged man here, which is a bit of transformation. It is a bit of kind of pocketing away so that we can see things from a different perspective. So if there's a little bit of separation right now between the two of you, not as much interaction, it is for both of you learning stuff and seeing things differently so that when you guys do interact more, which I feel will come to pass again, um, it's going to be from a different awareness. You have three cards next to each other. Yeah, we have the three of pearls, which would be the three of cups. And, this that is about family, that is a vibe. And there is this energy, like, it's kinda like this higher awareness, right, that we chose our family. They chose us, even though when we're down here sometimes we're like, "Why did I even choose to be around these people?" We all kinda go through that at some point because especially when you're so different from your family, or we think we're so different from our family, we're just like, "Was I adopted? I know I look too much like my parents." But there is this, you know, um energy of tribe, realizing I chose them for a reason, and we do choose each other for a reason, and we might have even chose each other several times during different lifetimes, being in different positions. In fact, we probably were our parents' parents at one point in another expression of another lifetime, and we kinda think, "I would never treat my parents like they treated me." It's like, "Well, maybe we did it even worse," in comparison by our judgments, right? So, I like this tribal energy, and kind of that, um, being aware of our connection, our spiritual connection, even, that beyond these physical characters that we chose. I feel like they're bringing in your sister with you too, with all the reading here. And then, of course, you have the strength card, your Leo energy, the dragon, our dragon self, and then our higher selves. So we've got this little energy that is here. Um, and I feel like that's saying, and then you chose to be who you wanted to be in all of your personalities. It's interesting, like when I looked at my family, I've got of course, I got my mom, my dad, and my brother. All 4 of us are different elements. My mom's a Pisces, water, my dad's a Sagittarius, fire, my brother's a Taurus, earth, and I'm a Aquarius, air. So you're like, we've got all 4, and no wonder we kind of, like, looked at life differently, each one of us. But even, especially with those differences in all our astrology, we're like, yeah, we all look at things a little bit twisted differently, right? So I feel like there's something to do with that too, with your fam. Underneath the surface, you do have the Ace of Pearls, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Coral, the Three of Wands. So there's this beautiful, awareness because the Ace of Cups, that's your heart, that's you filling up and overflowing, your pursuit of the great pearl of great price, which is the love we find inside our own hearts. And the Three of Wands energy here, is about with different um, information, especially with this hanged man that you're seeing things from a different perspective, you'll approach and go a different direction with your family than you had thought you were supposed to, right? It's like a release of expectations, a release of contracts that we might feel we have and go, "You know what? I'm gonna let them be them, and I'm gonna be me, and it's all okay." You know, they're on their adventure, their journeys, I'm on mine too. We all chose each other for a reason, and I'm learning a lot, about expectations, um, speaking from your point of view. I did when I, went up and moved next to my family for a little bit. My mom and brother and their family. My dad lives on the islands of Hawaii, so we don't see each other in person a whole lot because it takes a long time to get there. But, I did move for a while near my family in Northern Idaho, and we got to it's the more you spend time with your family, the more you realize everyone has their own dreams and their own desire to be loved, and we just all are focused in on that. We're not worried so much. Usually, a lot of people are not worried about what everyone else is thinking or doing. We're worried about how we're doing and how we're feeling and how other people think about us. Um, and so, when you realize that, you kind of have this adjustment, if that makes sense, of how we approach family. It's like everyone's choosing the things that they feels best for their life, and then we might be caught up in that I'm sacrificing and feeling I'm supposed to sacrifice everything for everyone else. And you realize I get to do that too. I get to focus in on my ace of cups, my self love, right? Advice flowing into this that they have here. You got the seven of treasure and the five of spears. Yeah, seven of pentacles and the five of swords. So it is a bit of an energy of be patient with the conflict, it'll work itself out. And even that things kind of go slow, like we did with the hangman. It's a pausing energy too. But things go slow to give us an opportunity to work through our inner conflict between our head and our heart, allowing us to let go of expectations and just start focusing on who they are, um, and what we're learning through our experiences with them. And so it's not so much about this is who a mom should be and they're not being that. We kind of put that mom expectation aside and go, they're a being, a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, having a human experience as this character. So I can like free them from the expectations I have in my head of what that position should hold and look at them as a soul, right? And I feel like there's that kind of thing that we can do for ourselves too. We release ourselves from child, and sister and whatever and go, I'm just gonna let people be them, and I that allows me to be myself too. So I feel like that's kind of where we're coming in. Let's see what these last 3 cards are. You got the 6 of treasure, yeah, the 6 of cups. Here's that child energy. It's also past lifetime energy, but it is child energy. I did realize when I would moved back even in my 40s, 50s, was in my 50s? Oh my god, maybe it was my 40s, um, late 40s. I still when I went back to be around family, I kind of mentally almost started going back into the little child, instead of being who I was. So that's interesting energy coming in. You got the Queen of Pearls, the Queen of Cups. Yep, trust your intuition. Step into your power too, knowing that you pick up a lot of other people's emotions, but you can also push out a lot of unconditional love energy too. And the King of Coral, yeah, the King of Wands, realizing that you're the one that gets to choose. Everyone is gets to choose for themselves, and we can clear our head of all that, you know, supposed to be's and should be's, and that allows us to choose what we want, then we put action behind it and move forward. And that's even with family. What relationship do we want? Well, not what I'm supposed to have, but what do I want? And what am I okay with? And dealing with the guilt and the fear of letting people down. And what will people think? They'll think I'm a bad child if I don't interact the way I think I'm supposed to, or I think that other people think that I think that they think, all those expectation, it gets exhausting, right? But there's a freedom that comes in there. So hopefully that helps. I didn't even look down here. I'm gonna have it down here. Are you down here? No. Okay. Let's take a look here. see what else we have here, Jojo. For your fortune cookie, we got this one here, and it says agreement. Yeah. That says common ground is being found, creating the space for resolution and peace. Harmony will emerge, not from forcing your will, but from allowing understanding to bridge the divide. Kind of what we were talking about, huh? All right. So that's what they got for you, Jojo. Thank you again for your donation. I feel like hopefully that helps. Create the bridge that's there. All right. So let's see. We got May Hooper in the house. Hey, May. Hey, May. I don't know if you checked out the new moon winner, but I would if I were you because you were the winner. So if you go to my main page, there's a winners 2026 playlist. If you go in there, just look at the most recent one on January 18th to see how to claim your 30-minute person recorded reading or energetic hedge. All right, good to see you. All right, and Deb, thank you so much for your donation. We'll get you added to the list here. Grab it here. Thank you so much. We'll get down to there. All right. I think we are good. So we'll continue on here. So we got Maria P. Whoops. Oh, Maria P. You move things around on your desk, you kind of get a little discombobulated. So here's your timestamp here. So thank you for that. That's via the PayPal. Let's go over here to your questions. Oh, and I didn't do my cheers either. So cheers, everybody. Get a little sip, sip. All right. So Wally's thoughts and feelings towards you today. All right, there we go. Boom, boom. Is he bugged by you? Okay, we'll take a look here. What's coming for you guys tomorrow? Okay, and then you wanted to know, you asked him about the flower tattoo. He seemed to bug. We'll put that under I think that's what you meant. You said, is he big by me? But I think you meant bug by you there. Well, we'll just put those together. Time frame for work, more pay or promo. Let's see. I do have the timing here. Timing card for that. Right. And then anything updates on the dark side. Okay. Message from Wally. And anything else that you should know. Okay. All right. So let's go through these here. So thoughts and feelings, we do have the 9 of treasure, the 9 of pentacles, and the 8 of spears, the 8 of swords. Let's see, maybe I need to move this different. How about we do this? You guys can still hear me okay? Because this is the arm I usually use. I keep on getting hit there. But so, we've got the 9 of pentacles. That's a feeling of abundance in the outside world, but it also means like how it's that hermit energy. He's looking at that independent energy that's really on his mind right now. And this 8 of spears is about clearing away mindsets that used to make him feel restricted. So I feel like the big focus for them today is they're really looking at how can I find that freedom in the situation so that I can, have that freedom and be out of there and have my own space so that, it feels more separated. And I feel like that has become a priority over the last couple of weeks for him, and it's really significantly on his mind today. So he's looking at that. I feel like he has a lot on his mind, and that could be why you're wondering if is he bugged by you? You've got the 2 of coral, the 2 of wands, and the magician. No, they're just really in this. Where am I putting my power? What am I going to be doing? I Just feel like they're in the midst of a lot of decisions and a lot of things pulling them around here. So it doesn't feel like you're bugging them. I just feel like they're focused. It's like when I go in my Capricorn rising energy, my host, she knows. 'Cause it's the difference between I'm usually like, "Hey, what's going on?" Everything, and if she's, like, asked me a question when I'm on my way to do something, I'll be like, "Just a sec, I'll be right back," instead of like, "Oh, yeah, what's going on?" And she's like, "You're tasking, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sorry." But I feel like that's the mood he gets in. When he gets focused and he's going, he acts differently, and that's us as humans. When we're in our heart, we're acting different. When in our mind, we act differently. Just how it happens, right? Let's ask about he seemed to bug about you asking about the flower tattoo. No, we got Leo. Leo strength energy. I feel like they wanted all that together. He's getting up this courage, he's in movement, he's doing things, he's getting things done. And so it's not that he felt bugged by you. Um, he was just distracted with a lot of things going on. So he didn't feel like you're bugging me, but he was focusing. That's why maybe he was short or um, not from a heart answer, but from a mind kind of answer, if that makes sense. Um, what's coming for you guys tomorrow? You've got the devil card, yeah, Capricorn energy coming in here. Saturn conversations, working, talking about things. I feel like you guys will. It's going to be some good getting to the core of some things that are going on between the two of you. Good clarity that comes in. That's what happens with the devil card. It shakes our cage and it brings up our fears, our expectations that aren't being met. That thing we talk about that takes us in a downward spiral. So when I feel like was something going on, is something wrong between us, then we know we're in that kind of energy that's coming in, and I feel like you gain clarity with that tomorrow. I feel like you guys talk it out. Time frame for work, pay, promo. You've got the 10 of wands. The timing is December 13th to December 21st, meaning it's overdue. But the 10 of wands is this change of energy. And when it's this combo of past due and the 10 of wands together tells me that the it could have been as early as back in December. Sorry, I can't even talk. Sound like one of those little DJ records. Um, it could have been as early as December 13th, but our energy, this shows us that it's all about ranges, right? And so if I focus my energy on gratitude and for what is, and what I love about my job and what I am, that opens it up. But if we're concerned and we have fears and we're really have this desire for need and want, and that kind of is what pushes it back. So that of course, because it could happen anytime now, is what it's saying here. And so it's important for you to change the energy if you want it to come in sooner. Focus on gratitude and get out of the want need energy. Dark side update. You got the 7 of pearls, 7 of cups. Yeah, a lot of different emotional drama going on over there, a lot of emotional conflict going on over there. Um, so it feels like the dragon might be spitting some fire all around going on right now. And so, of course, conflict energy is what you want to hear when we're getting that update, right? Message for you from Wally. Yep, the Knight of Pearls, the Knight of Cups. It's all about the emotional movement, the romance, the quest for love for you. And so that's the romantic. And I feel like their message is I do search after you. I do want you. And I feel like the message from their higher self, because the Knight of Cups is the quest for your self-love too. It's like, I love you and I do want to be with you, but the love you're looking for is in here, not out there. I feel like that's from the higher self of Wally going, as long as you're looking for what you're designed and the only place you can find the love you're looking for is in here. As long as you look on the outside, it's always never going to be enough because that can't give you what you want. I can't give you that feeling of fullness. You can only do that. I can be above and beyond extra, and I do want to, but you got to find that inside you, right? Anything else you should know? You got the Ace of Spears, Ace of Swords. I feel like this is about learning to communicate. I feel like they're going to talk about it until you do it, because I feel like you asked to be bugged to death about learning how to communicate more clearly in a way that isn't offensive and a way to take other people's communication where you don't get defensive, and so that you can have clearer and deeper and real communication. And I feel like that's what they feel you should know, because until then you'll have conflict and conversations with each other, with you and Wally, but also family, friends, work, everywhere, until you learn this different way of looking at communication. Fun. Your fortune cookie is good health. Yay. An apple a day. Let's see if I can get there much better without so much glare. It says, your commitment to wellness is paying off. Keep making choices that support your highest well being. Your health is on the rise. I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings. We will circle back around for you when we get to the to your free reading. So thank you again for your donation. All right. And Cat Mia, let's see. Let's see. All right, so it looks like you deleted your other one, so we'll replace your question with this one. No problem. You can always update. Thank you for deleting your other ones. That shows me that, oh, you deleted it. So uh, I'll replace it there. All right, I think we're all up to date on everyone else. Yep. All right, so we'll continue on down the list here. And we got Shanae up. So Shanae, here's your timestamp. Put that down here. And let's get up to you up here. So I'll give that a love and a like since it lets me there. And he said, hi, I hope you're well. I am well. Thank you so much. And I hope you're doing well. You need some guidance with your situation with Marcel. Things don't look positive between us. Is it over and should you move on, or is this the person you end up being with? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what we got going on. Let's take another quick sip here. Cheers, everybody. All right. Shuffle these up. Let's try that again. All right. So guidance with Marcel. That card really wanted to come out, so we will. All right. So things, is it over? Let's do that here. And I'll just see here. Are they destined and is moving on for your highest experience? And within those cards, it has that energy of, if you move on, what kind of energy do you experience? And if you don't move on, because there's no like shoulds so much from spirit standpoint, there's more different choices with different experiences, different outcomes. So I often say it's like asking spirit, what flavor ice cream should I eat? And they're like, what flavor are you in the mood for? And so we ask, um, well, I'm not sure what I want. So they give you a little taste test, well, if you do this, this is what it tastes like. If you do that, if you don't do that, this is what it tastes like. What tastes better to you? You're like, oh, definitely this, so the energy that comes in tells you that. Bottom of the deck overall, you got the Judgment card, which is this calling, like your higher self having you look at the relationship from a different perspective, but also this kind of drawing energy into like you're being called to something. Let's see here the overall energy for your relationship. You do have the 10 of spears, the 10 of swords, which is an letting go of expectations. It exhausts us trying to live up to all the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, the must be that come in with the relationships. Because we're taught a lot of stuff growing up about who there's, who is Marcel supposed to be? What are they supposed to bring into the relationship? How is the relationship supposed to begin and move along? And what's the outcome supposed to be like? What is it supposed to bring me? And what am I supposed to put into the relationship? And what's it supposed to mean to them? It's like, oh my God, it's exhausting. And that's what expectations do when we have all this that we think needs to get done. It takes all this energy just to get up to zero. And that's what the 10 of swords is. It's, or the spears in this case. It's like, I'm exhausted. I can't live up to all that. Yeah. We feel like we're behind trying to get up to match something to get somewhere. How we can change that, and I feel like what they're saying here is the big thing that you can learn in this relationship, and this is why maybe things aren't going so well, is because when we start focusing in on expectations, we start focusing on what's not happening instead of gratitude for what is. What do we love about who someone is? What are we grateful for about who someone is? What's happening in the relationship? What am I grateful about who I am and when our relationship and what it's bringing me? What am I grateful for? When we just focus on that, it's like, wow, 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 it grows, right? But if I end up focusing in on, well, it's not doing this, they're not doing this, they're not saying this, they took too long to do this, blah, blah, blah. It's all about what's not happening, right? And then that just grows that. We get more awareness and more not happenings instead of gratitude for what is and getting more of the things we love. So it's something that I feel like you're learning through this relationship with them, that you can either learn how to switch it and turn it around. We'll see here with the energies if you do and if you don't, um, if you end it or if you continue with it. But that either way is something that you're learning and gleaning through this so that you don't take it into your next relationship or into your next stage of this relationship. Um, what was the other question? The question here is, oh, is it? This wasn't this one. Yeah, these two are those. This must be more still of the tell us about the situation. Yeah, you got the Knight of Treasure, the Knight of Pentacles, yep, and the Devil card. So you both kind of have this shaking and rattling going on here of your worth. The Knight of Treasure, the Knight of Pentacles is also, it's the slowest moving knight out of them all. And it also is this energy of things go slow on purpose to give us a chance to question our thoughts and beliefs and all those expectations, right? That's the devil card. They shake our cage of thoughts and beliefs, all those expectations that kind of imprison the heart, cage the heart. Going, the heart goes, I want to love and no, no, no. We need to make sure all this stuff is happening, right? That's when we feel like we're chained with the devil card. Usually it has the their loose chains that they could just take off over their head because they're the ones that put it on over their head. They're the ones that can take it off because all those expectations and opinions we had growing up that we took on were the ones that created it, right? There's also beneath the surface with all this, the Knight of Pentacles is on a quest for self-worth, for the Ace of Pentacles of looking at my worth in a different way. Relationships teach us that a lot too, because when we're looking for our definition in someone else, we feel unstable and out of control because a human is unsafe and out of control and unstable. Because humans, depending on how we wake up, we think about everybody differently. If I'm in a good mood, everyone is a little more amazing than they were yesterday. If I wake in a bad mood, people are a little less amazing, right? And that's the same thing. We are learning to take our sense of worth from the outside world and bring it to the inside world, where we go inward and upward. So this is part of the journey that you're on here too, The relationship wasn't an accident. It wasn't like, "Oops, I tripped and fell into this relationship," and creator goes, "Oh, sorry. I should have warned you about that, bump, and now you're in that relationship. Well, we'll see how that goes." No, it's always with purpose that we have everything that we interact with others. So just be aware of that. All right. So, um, is this the person? Is there any? We'll see here if there's any destiny in here, but this is if you choose to move on, and let the relationship be, um, separate and go. This is the energy that you have, and then we'll see if you don't over here. So you got the Ace of Pearls. So you got the Ace of Cups. This is that self-love energy. Um, we're on a quest for our self-love. Let's see what else we got here. You got the Two of Pearls, you got the Two of Cups, and you got the Chariot, which is victory and movement and moon energy coming in here. So if you choose, I don't feel like there's like this destiny energy because whenever we get the Chariot, the choice energy, it means you don't have a fated relationship that you're absolutely going to end up with one person regardless of what path you take. um you know all the paths that you can choose, there's not someone. Sometimes we get them where it's like, yeah, I want to end up with them, we have this agreement, we're going to end up because we're stuff that we want to learn together, and we have this agreement. Less and less these days, probably the last 100 years or so, maybe even less, 200 years, we've moved in humanity to go, I want more possibilities. So if I choose all these routes, I end up with this person, these routes, I end up with this person, these routes, I end up with this one. We have possibilities more than fixed. And so this isn't surprising because I've been getting this so much lately. Um, so it's a possibility that they could be one of these if you adjust and stay on this route. But this Two of Cups is telling me that Two of Pearls that you do have a relationship. This is because this energy is if you let it go and it ends, you will find it because your journey is though for self-love, right? Finding the love in your heart with this Ace of Cups, knowing that no one can give you this love, and all these people are going to be mirrors. Kind of like, this is what a relationship does. It mirrors us back to ourselves so we can see more of who we are. But yeah, if you do consider this relationship over, you'll just, you know, um, glean from the relationship what you are learning with the expectations and the stuff we talked about. And if you jump from one relationship into another, you'll just have another mirror, because if we how do they say it? It's the reflection we see in the mirror doesn't change until the person looking in the mirror changes, right? I know because I ended up just staying the same in several relationships, and I go, "Why do I keep on choosing the same person in someone else's body?" They're like, "Well, it doesn't matter what mirror you look in. If you don't change, you're gonna see the same thing." And I'm like, "Oh, that's really wise of them." All right. If you choose to stick with him here, you do have the Ace of Coral, the Ace of Wands. You do learn about your stepping into your power, and your power of whatever you focus on is what you grow and expand. So you definitely learn that there. You do have the Star card, which is a hope energy, a balancing energy. I feel like you do get clarification that comes in here, yeah, with the Two of Spears, the Two of Swords, between what your mind says a dream come true is and what your heart says a dream come true is. And you have the Emperor too, which is you stepping in with this energy, which is like the Ace of Wands. And it's like the King of Wands energy that, you get out of your head of all what I'm supposed to do. Again, all these expectations. I get out of my head, I get into my heart and decide what is it that I want. Then I put a plan together, and I all my relationship with someone be based on a reaction. I decide what I want, and then I move on that and say, "This is what I would like from our relationship, and this is what I'm willing to do." And, we take, n we're not in the back seat of a car being driven around in this relationship. We're driving the car along with someone else driving in the car next to us. we're both driving the relationship, and all I can be responsible for is what I'm driving. I can't be responsible how they're driving. So it's really determining what it is that you want, um, and then you can move forward with that. So I feel like that it's you're not destined, but you can end up with them depending on your choices and what you're willing to do. But if we don't learn from what we're this mirror of Marcel is showing me about myself, we're just going to see it in the next mirror. It just have a different name to it, right? So hopefully that helps there. Shanae, are you here? No. All right. All right. So let's take a look here. See what your fortune cookie is here. So Shanae. Oh, okay. Well, you got cutting ties. Let's see what this means. What this says. Oh, okay. So not all connections are meant to last. Some bonds become chains, holding you back from the life you're destined to live. Time to cut the ties that no longer serve you. Well, you can take that the way you will. In fact, that's how we kind of know if they're like, yeah, cut it. And we're like, oh, I don't want to yet. That tells you, oh, I still have things I want to work on with them. But when you're ready, you can know I'm going to cut ties with people that no longer serve me. And it's empowering, right? So I like that for you. They give you all the choices and they're like, and here you go. But it is like casting lots, like they would say in the olden days. You flip a coin. Should I stay or should I go? You flip a coin. Heads, I go, or no, tails, hightail it out. You flip it and you're like, oh, well, maybe best 2 out of 3. You knew whatever came in wasn't what you wanted. That tells you what you want, right? So sometimes it's like, I don't know. Let your gut tell you because when you flip a coin and whatever comes up, it tells you a lot of information. So I like that. All right. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. Not yet, my baby. We've got so let me give you the update so everyone knows where they're at. That's a good question. So we got Christina Lowe up next, and then you, my baby. And then we have Marissa Smith, and then Michelle Smith, and then Sean G, and then Rocky Mountain Deb Deb. We'll be up after that. All right. All right. And then we've got Maria. Hey, Maria. We've got Maria M9P3. I've got a couple of Marias. So, Maria, I got you on the free list as well. Good to see you. Hello, hello. All right. So, we'll continue here. Thank you guys again for your patience in getting to your readings. Happy, happy hump day. Let's take a quick sip here. Keep my little throat hydrated here. All right. So, Christina Lowe, you're at 103.13. Look at all those ones and threes. Let's scroll up here and let's give your donation a love and a like since it lets me there. And so your question is you're sending positive energy. I'll take all the positive energy. Thank you. So your question today is are there any messages from your grandmother, Chris, or grandpa, Bob, that they'd like to convey to you at this time? You hope you're doing everything right. It's so hard. All right. We'll take a look here. See what they have here for you. All right. So Grandma Chris, do you have anything? Of course you do. She's like, give me that microphone. All right. So I've got those. And then Grandpa Bob. Yeah, just let her have the microphone. Well, here, let me just say a little something to you. Yeah. So Grandpa Bob, he's like, before she, yeah, here, let her have the microphone. But before she speaks, let me just tell you something. He was like, you got the wheel of fortune. Your life is unfolding for you. It's perfect. Just trust and even have the temperance card under that, just trust the timing of things. Things do unfold. Eventually you'll see someday how perfect your life has always been. And that brings in that, the energy of you're always doing the best that you can with what you know and your energy and the environment. Everyone is. So, the everything is always the right way because there's really no right or wrong. There's just different choices, different experiences, different outcomes. There's no judgment of right, wrong, better, worse. We're taught all that growing up, and they're like, yeah, that's our bad. We pass down what we were taught to our children, and then their children teach their children. Eventually, we can change it if we catch it early enough in generations to not be so caught up in this humanity of right, wrong, black, white, good, bad, blah, blah, blah contrast, right? It's kind of how the human works. But they're saying here, just know that everything is perfect. And I feel like, and we'll see what his 2 cards are here real quick, but it's like he's asking, what do you feel is not going right, and why do you feel that that's right? Where does it come from? Actions that are different, that maybe, there isn't right, there isn't wrong, there's just different, and we can look at that, right? Let's see what else he has here for you. Yep, the Hierophant, which is the seeing things from a higher perspective, and also it's an energy of, um it's the card of change, with the major arcana number 5. So it's a change of perspective energy. Yeah, and the full card, let all the expectations go. Look at the world as full of possibilities and not a lot of rules and expectations. Because that's where that right, I hope I'm living right. I hope I'm doing everything right. Then we believe there's a wrong, and that's where all those expectations come in. And the full card is like, it's Aquarius energy, like the old ways don't work anymore. It's this energy of it's exactly the season we're going into. In fact, today Mercury just went into Aquarius. All these planets are lining into Aquarius these next couple weeks. So we've got this shaking and rattling of let the old ways go. Who says those are right? Those might have been convenient or worked out well, but there's always different choices, different experiences, different outcomes. So be like a child again, where you look at the world with wonder and awe, not with restriction and supposed to be and live in fear of, things aren't being done right. It's like every moment is perfect. Every moment is experience. So I like that. Grandma Chris, right? Grandma Chris? Yeah. Grandma Chris says, wait, he said, no, she, she would never say that. She goes, I would not. So we got the Page of Treasure, got the Page of Pentacles, you got the 3 of Treasure, 3 of Pentacles, and the Strength card as well. All 3 of these cards coming out together, she's saying, have the courage to be true to your authentic self. You have plenty of different opportunities. If you don't like the way something's going, you can change it. But be true to yourself, be true to yourself. The Strength card, is an energy of, like, it's ruled Leo, ruled by the sun, right? And it's about being, not dimming your light, not asking permission to shine, not feeling the need to defend yourself, but being true to your authentic self. Both the 3 of Pentacles and the Strength card bring that in. And this Page of Treasure, the Page of Pentacles, it's also an energy of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. So I feel like they're saying, really look at how you're defining yourself. She's like, when you define yourself by the outside world, you feel unstable because all those things are unstable. Turn inward and upward and find this solid foundation of determining your worth, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realm. Eternal, never ends. That's very solid. Unconditional, nothing you have to do or nothing you can do to earn it, nothing you can do to lose it either. So, that's where that right or wrong comes in. Conditions, there's nothing you can do to lose it. So there's no wrong, which also means there's no right. There just is. For you existing, you deserve the love, and you're not any more special than anyone else. That wouldn't deserve to have unconditional love. So they're like, "You're just like the rest of us. We all deserve it." So it's there. What else does she say? Yep, the Ace of Pearls. You got this pearl of great price, the Ace of Cups. I think the Ace of Cups has come up in every reading so far. But this is about searching for your love in here, inward and upward. This self love is what you're looking for. You're not going to find it in the outside world. Yeah. You got the Nine of Spears, which is the Nine of Swords. That is your, our nightmare and insomnia card. And we have the Knight of Coral, which is the Knight of Wands. This is the quest of stepping into your power here as well. And it's like once we turn inward and upward, where it's unconditional, we don't have expectations. We don't have the right and wrong and supposed to be and should be, need to be, have to be. That's a human opinion thing, not a universe thing. And once we realize, oh, these are just the board games that are made up by little kids who are playing. Do you ever play with like a 2 or 3-year-old and you know the rules of the game, like you play Candyland or even Monopoly or something, and they make up rules as they're going along? It's my game, my turn. This means I get to do this. Oh, do I get to do that when it gets to my turn? Nope, it's just for me. That's the way humans work. We create all these rules that are made up. They're not real. And I feel like that's what, your grandma Chris is bringing in. Yeah. And then to the 10 of Swords, which is letting go of all those expectations of trying to live up to what everyone else is telling you you're supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. And, there is um, this freedom that comes from all that in allowing yourself to be who you are instead of trying to become who you think everyone wants you to be, because everyone wants you to be someone else. It may go crazy trying to live up to everyone's expectations. There's just no way that we could please everyone in 1 second, or please one person for their entire lives. So they're like, be true to your authentic self, live who you are, and enjoy your life, is what their grandma is saying. All right. So let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here. I feel like they're kind of saying, lighten up on yourself, be gentle with you. Yeah. Facing shadows. Get it to a little bit of glare there. There we go. It says, this is the time to look within, to confront what you have been avoiding. The light you're seeking may be hidden in the darkness you fear. Wow. So face those fears, these beliefs of failing, and go, is that even true? Nah. Lies, all lies, like Frau Bittmeyer or whatever her name was on Austin Powers, right? It's lies, all lies. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. You are so loved. All right. Many blessings to you. Let's see here. Right, Marissa. Okay, that's your question, Marissa. Thank you. You'll be up here after my baby. And we got Helga. Hey. Absolutely. Helga. If you do you want just a general reading or do you have a specific question? You can put that out there and I'll add you to the free list there. All right, my baby, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And thank you for your little shock. What was that? Throwing up sticker. Yay. Thank you for your donation. Hello. So you want to know, has Rahul been thinking about you, missing you more than usual? You've been thinking about him more often out of nowhere. So I think it's his projections, his thoughts and feelings, please. All right, we'll take a look here. So cheers to you. Let me take another quick sip here. You're so funny. All right. So one, has he been thinking about you more than per usual? Let's see, it's below the surface there too. And then his thoughts and feelings. So what are his thoughts? Those are below the surface. We got the feelings. With these below the surface, I want that one too. Do I want that one? Nope, we don't. All right. All right. Let's see what we got. Let me just scooch these out so I can see them better. Well, I don't see the cards yet. I just see the back of the cards, but at least I see the spread. Well, at the bottom of the deck, we got the Seven of Spears, the Seven of Swords. There's a bit of that's, of course, deceptive energy, thoughts and beliefs that steal things, from our own lives. It could be our own thoughts and beliefs, but also can be other people, you know, being deceptive and not saying the whole truth and things as well. So there's some underlying energy that's bubbling below the surface here, and we'll see, of course, what this is about. But to your first question, has he been thinking a lot, missing you a lot more than usual? We got the Queen of Wands. Well, I think he's been missing something about you. Queen of Wands is passion energy, that attraction, the heat, that fire energy between the two of you. Um, Underneath that, we do have the Seven of Coral, which is the Seven of Pentacles. No, yes. No, this is the Seven of Wands. Sorry. We just had the Queen of Coral. Hello. So that is the Seven of Wands, which is, again, Wands energy. This is the energy below the surface. Seven of Wands usually is an energy about, you know, being true to oneself, not dimming the light, not asking permission to shine. And I gotta be me kind of energy below it. And what's underneath that? And we got the Five of Pearls. Yeah, we've got sadness, lower vibrational emotional energy that's here too. So I feel like that's below the surface. So, I feel like they've have this spark, like they're missing the fire of your guys' interactions. But underneath the surface, they're like, but I gotta be me and I don't want to upset you and be the source of an opportunity for sorrow for your lower vibrational emotions. So I feel like, again, this Seven of Swords on the bottom about deception and um, keeping secrets. I feel like that's kind of like they don't want to do that anymore because I feel like they kept secrets before, if that resonates. Let's see what else we got here. Because we wanted to know their thoughts and their feelings. So what is their thoughts? Yeah. Ace of Coral, Ace of Wands. So it's like their thoughts are on one thing. Underneath, we have the Knight of Spears, the Knight of Swords. That is thinking energy, and the Page of Spears. So we definitely have, like, they're tempted here to take action to reach out to you. That's their mind going, we got needs, we can always just, see what we can have happen. And we don't have to be serious about it. We don't have to let our heart get into it, kind of energy. But it feels like they're more so focused on expressing themselves through passion and attraction and energy, not through emotion. We'll see what their heart says here. But it feels like that's what their mind is focused in on, with that area. Emotionally, we've got the Chariot. So there's Cancer Moon energy, victory, movement, emotional movement. Let's see what's next to it. The Justice card. Yeah, they're like, come on, mind, let's balance that out. They want to see things from a different perspective. The heart, it's like the heart wants to, of course, always try again from a heart place. Get out of our mindset. It's like you need to get out of that mindset, brain, and think of it from a higher place. And let's focus on love. But I feel like it's a hard sell with the mind where theirs is at. Below the surface of the emotions, we do have the Six of Coral. So the Six of Wands, which is this equal passion energy, along with the Nine of Spears and the Nine of Swords. Here's all those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and mental energy below the surface, kind of caging them and the Fool card, yeah. So the heart definitely has this energy of, "I wanna try something new, I don't wanna do it the old way, though, with the mind ruling over it," because I feel like their mind is very restrictive, and it doesn't allow their emotions to go, and it feels like that they kind of learned to express themselves through passion and motion, not emotion. So activities and passions and get-togethers and things like that, but not, um, from the heart, and because they can't give you something that they don't have for themselves, right? So I feel like maybe you're picking up some of their energetic attraction, passion, you know, and they're tempted to do like a booty call kind of, thingies or something, and wanting to express their passions in whatever way that they, you know, feel like they can get away with. But I feel like that's kind of where it's at. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. Yeah, painful memories. Which that reminds us of that 5 of cups, the sorrow energy. Memories arise uncontrollably, dragging you into the past. These echoes are not here to torment you, but to teach you. Face them, understand them, and allow them to release their grip. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of what's coming up within you too, I feel like is, there's a lot of energy going on right now of dealing with old emotions and things bubbling up to deal with too. So I feel like some is their energy, but I feel like at least half of it is internally within you being ignited for you to release some old painful emotions that no longer serve you as well. So hopefully that resonates there for you. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Yep. Yep, you got it, Helga. Free readings, yeah, I'm not gonna get to those for probably, um, in yours, probably not for 'cause, I got a little list ahead of yours here, so, yeah, so you probably if you have things to do, heading out and coming back later is probably a good idea if you don't have time just to hang out and listen, and I totally get it. Alright, so I got you on the free list. Alright. So many blessings to you. All right. And then I think this one here. Yes. This one here is from, whoops, as I hit my microphone. So Marissa Smith, you are up. I got your PayPal. Boom, boom, boom. So here is your timestamp. Look at that. 122:55. Hey. So you're not happy at your current job anymore, but every time you want to leave or get an interview elsewhere, I end up staying and regretting it later. Yep. Will your job situation get better or should I leave? All right, we'll take a look here and see what energies come in here between the two. We'll get you if you stay, there will be trouble. If you go, there will be double. Is that what the old song says? That's not your message. But we'll see here. If you stay, will things change? What else they want you to know about that? All right. I do want that. And this one, just this one here. Not those, all right? If you stay, all right, they do want that one. What else? And that one, all right. And then if you go, what they want you to know about that there. They do want them there. All right. We'll see what we got here. Yeah, in the middle, on the bottom of the deck, you do have the 6 of wands here, the 6 of coral. 6 of wands is a victory. It is I feel like because they had me put it in the middle. I usually put it on the left or the right, but they had me put it right in the middle between your 2 decisions. So it feels like, "Oh, 3 wands over here, 3 wands over here." They're like, you know and it's interesting because it's kind of, in a way, says no matter where I go, there I am. And so the it's not the outside world that so it's not the job that's conflicting, it's in here that's conflicting. And wherever I go, this is gonna follow me. So once I change my mindset around something, then I've learned what I wanted to learn, and no matter where I go, I'm gonna learn it. So I can either learn it where I'm at or I can learn it where I'm going. But, the change, like the unhappiness isn't in the outside world because the world just is. The unhappiness happens in here, right? So let's see what this comes up and we'll find out what's happening here. So if you stay where you're at, you do have the nine of pearls, which is the nine of cups, which is dream come true energy, which is funny. Underneath the six of wands in the middle, you also have the star card, which is the other dream come true energy. So it's like this has to do with what defines a dream come true job. But we'll see what else they have here. If you stay where you're at, you have the Knight of Spears, you have the Knight of Swords. This is the quest of seeking clarity, of seeing things from a higher perspective. But that came out next to the Nine of Cups. So it's deciding what is success, what is, again, what is the dream come true? And we can find that by why am I unhappy with a job? And get to the root of what's below that, right? Let's see what else we have here. You got the high priestess, which is the stepping away, seeing things from a higher perspective, diving deep into the emotions, connecting and finding out what is really going on in here, right? What do we have here too? You got the four of spears, the four of swords, which is peace of mind, which is letting go of expectations and um again, seeing things from this higher perspective is what allows us to rest with our mind. And they're just reminding me, like, because I know I've been in jobs and I'm like, oh God, this is driving me crazy. But it's they're recalling like the feelings and the memories and the ahas I had at the different jobs and different experiences, different positions. Like, I'm bored. I hate this. I want to try something else. It was because I was trying to fulfill something um, within me from something from the outside world, something that I could only find inside of me. I was trying to fill in the outside world, and it was falling short, falling way short, right? And that's when we are unhappy is when we have thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we've been kind of conditioned and given growing up on. I can be happy when, and it's usually an outcome that's set ahead, right? When I'm having this, when I'm making this amount of money, or I'm in this position, or I get this respect, or I'm finally recognized for the hard work I do, all these things that we've been all striving for that we never get enough of, because what we're looking for is in here. So I feel like if you stay where you're at, you're gonna keep repeating the loop until like the what you're wanting to learn and know about yourself until you see it, right? That's like all the relationships I was in, all the jobs that I went to, all the positions. I was with the same company for over 20 years, but I worked in like 10 different positions in different areas. And then people are, where are you working now? Oh, I'm over here now. And they're like, wow, I know all about the company. I've worked in almost every department, you know, and, um, but I feel like that's if you stay, that's what comes there. Let's see if you leave here. Let's see what else they want you to know here. You've got the Queen of Pearls and the Strength card. Yeah, it's the Queen of Cups. It's again, that's like the High Priestess energy that comes in here. And the Strength card is really getting to know your true self too. Let's see what this other card underneath here. Yeah, and we got the Hanged Man. Transformation will happen. Seeing things from a different perspective energy here. But this is getting, both the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups, same kind of energy about getting into the heart and understanding what is it that I feel like my heart is missing. And this can be why we're unhappy too, because when the mind is telling us, and this is the difference with the dream come true. When our mind has a dream come true, it's expectations. There's all this stuff that needs to be done. We feel like we're behind, always working our way up and up to get up to zero. Then we can be happy, right? Because we're in the negative. We're just looking to get up here. When when we are able to connect with our hearts and ask our hearts, what's your dream come true? Getting out of our head for a moment of all those things, we get this picture of happiness. When we pursue what our mind wants, we exist and we're checking things off. When I'm living, I'm sorry, when I'm pursuing my heartstream, I feel like I'm living and it's joyful and it's happy energy each moment. The mind is the goal's way off. The heart is being in the now, being in the moment, grateful for what is, and pursuing where's the heart is taking us. And there's a difference, and we know that. Like we wake up the morning going, ah, crap, I got to go live my dream today. We know we're living someone else's dream, not our heart's dream, right? Let's see what these last cards are here. You got these four, and then one underneath. Let's look at the underlying energy. You have the Seven of Treasure, Seven of Pentacles, which is when we pursue fruit, one part of the Seven of Pentacles is the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. And when we get to this place of um, the fruit is coming, we're like, meh, I don't think this is really what I want. And I feel like that's kind of where we're at, with this. I'm ready for this change. I'm ready to sell this apple orchard and buy a, avocado orchard because I'm tired of apples. I want guacamole, Let's see what these other 4 cards are here for you. The Two of Treasure, yep. The Two of Pentacles, either here nor there kind of energy. It's like it doesn't matter which way you choose because it's in here that, your happiness resides, not out there. Doesn't matter what path we go on because happiness happens here. And you got the Sun card, which is like a bright light shining down on things, bringing a lot of this. This is about shining bright, not dimming your light. The sun doesn't ask permission to shine. It doesn't dim for anyone. It's like, I am who I am, and I'm going to be me, and I'm going to pursue it. I don't need to defend my actions. I don't need to defend what I want to do. I want to shine bright, not dim my light. You also have the Five of Pearls. Yeah, the Five of Cups. The power of emotional choice comes in here along with the Nine of Spears, which is the Nine of Swords, which is all those expectations. When we have those, the mind supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, we end up with the Five of Cups here, which is lower vibration, because that's what that is. It's our expectations. I call them small t truths rooted in fear. We got to do this or else we're not lovable, we're rejectable, we're a failure. Yeah, you got to do this. We're given all these rules that we feel we have to live up to, and um and that's lower vibration. So it's all about, like I said, when we have all those Nine of Swords, we feel like we're behind and we feel like we're low because we feel like we're in the negative. Once we get here, we're zero, and then someday we feel if I can meet all those expectations, then I can start being happy. But the whole thing with that is when we get close, the expectations move. That little carrot and the stick keeps moving forward, keeps on getting moved, and it's a dry, old, um, soggy, moldy carrot with flies on it by now. It's like it's been out there for so long. I'm ready to trade that in to something that I can be happy with in this moment by being grateful in the now and finding out what it is that makes your heart feel full. So I feel like they're saying here, um, that it doesn't matter that whether you'd have gone to a different job or, like you said, you've been choosing, well, I'm going to stay where I'm at. It's because I feel like in your soul, if I go somewhere else right now, I'm just going to end up in the same bucket because I haven't, no matter what mirror I look in, if I haven't changed, then I'm gonna experience the same thing. So it's like all this internal thing going, what would make me happy instead of me doing what I feel I'm supposed to do? And, kind of seeing all that, but, with that High Priestess and the Queen of Cups, with both avenues, I feel like it is spending time finding what's in my heart. Kind of put the mind on pause if we can. Take deep breaths, step into our heart and go, "Heart, what would you like in this life? I don't think I've consulted you a whole lot. The brain's been, you know, dominating the conversation. Now it's time for you to speak up a little bit, right?" Your fortune cookie says communication, which says stagnation ends when conversations begin. Whether it's speaking up or truly listening, an open exchange will bring the breakthrough you need. Maybe this communication's the communication with your heart, right? Have a true communication. So hopefully that helps, Marissa. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. I know, fun, fun. All right, we got Just Alice in the house. Hey, Just Alice. Got you, add you to the donation list here. And just let everyone know where we're at here. We got Michelle Smith up next, and then Shanji, and then Deb, and then just Alice. You'll be up after that. You are very welcome, Marissa. Hopefully that resonates. Good, good, good. Cheers, cheers, cheers. It's like, all right, it's time to live, not exist. All right. Okay, maybe we'll go to half speed here. All right, we got Cat Mia in the house. Hey, Cat Mia. All right. Got you here. See, do we got you on the list here? Okay. All right. Let's readjust your question here. There we go. We'll eventually get to you here for the free readings. All right. So, Michelle Smith, hello, hello. Here's your timestamp. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you for your donation via Zcash app. Let me just, show pictures here. All right. Very good. Let me just check this here. All right. So we're good there. All right. So, Michelle, let me find you here. I know it was up here. Because I saw both of you guys were close. There you are. Peace, peace. Just curious, what are H's feelings towards you in this moment? All right. Let's take a look here, see what we got. So just the feelings. Feelings. What are H's feelings towards you in this moment? Okay. Got that and that. These are below the surface. I feel like we also want to know what's going on in their mind, because the heart has a different perception than our mind does. So just as a curiosity, what is going on in that head of theirs? All right, and then what else they want you to know there? I feel like they want this one too. All right. So below the surface, we do have the Seven of Treasure, the Seven of Pentacles, which is a very slow moving energy, right? So what's underneath there? There's more treasure here, and the Ace of Treasure. So it does feel here like they're with the Ace of Pentacles, that's some of the fruit of waiting for with that Seven of Pentacles. So let's see what we got here. Maybe this is what these last cards were the fruit that you're might be seeing or are seeing. We'll see what this is about. But let's look at their heart first. We do have the Five of Coral, the Five of Wands, and the Two of Coral, the Two of Wands. Well, on the surface, there's a lot of more fire than there is emotion here. Two of wands is kind of like the two of corals going back and forth and back and forth. And even the five of coral, the five of wands is about inner conflict, like they're conflicted here. And we'll see what these cards below the surface are here, but I do feel like it's almost like they're being over their heart is being overridden by their mind, and they're taking it into expression through action and motion and not emotion. It feels like there's this energy of fire, fire, you know, um, I don't know, I was gonna say winner, winner, chicken dinner. It's like that route than it is emotional kind of energy. Maybe that's I feel like they express themselves a lot through humor, a lot through like fire, like Sagittarian fire energy or Leo energy or even Aries energy. I just feel like there's fire that they express themselves through. That's what they learned because they didn't have a whole lot of emotional energy on tap. Below the surface, you have more three of wands energy. So this kind of what direction can I take things? You've got the sun card, which talk about flame, and again, Leo energy, like I mentioned, a lot of fire below the surface. What's this other one here? The five of treasure. Yeah, the five of pentacles, which makes sense because the five of pentacles is a fear of being abandoned, being left out in the cold, being not being enough, not having enough. And so that is what would kind of trigger us as children or humans growing up where we um, I don't feel safe expressing my emotions because I'm always feel abandoned. So instead I will give fire instead of water. And I feel like that's kind of where they're at with this. So there's attraction energy there, and I feel like they want to express that. Let's see what's in their head. We get the five of cups. Yeah. So the fear of sorrow, feeling low emotions, and the star card too, which is like this dream come true. And it's almost like I feel like there's this illusion that they have. It's funny that the star is Aquarius energy, water bearer, air energy that carries water. Um, but it's interesting here that that's in the mind because it's air energy that tries to contain emotion below the surface of their mind. What's going on here? Yeah, we got the Ace of Spears. They're trying to see things from a different perspective with the Ace of Swords, trying to get more clarity. Nine of Spears. This is their nightmare and insomnia. So a lot of expectations that they're afraid that they would fail at. We got the Six of Treasure, Six of Pentacles. This equal giving and receiving. They're trying to find this balance, even in the Justice card. So, which is, Libra energy and trying to gain clarity around relationships. But I feel like in their mind, they're trying to get past their old ways of thinking, trying to look beyond them, trying to get to this place here and trying to get past this fear of emotions here. Let's see, what are these other ones? So what's this gift, this Ace of Pentacles that you've been patiently waiting, things have been slowly unfolding. What's the fruit that's coming? Well, we got the Hanged Man, which is about transformation. Makes sense what we've been talking about. Caterpillar in the cocoon becoming the butterfly. We have the Tower, the sudden change. Suddenly, there's this butterfly that appears because underneath the surface, we do have the other dream come true, emotional dream come true energy. And I'm kind of getting this like you from them, I'm getting mixed messages in that let me see, how can I say this? Because it's like I'm given it's almost like I'm given from them some, look, the cocoon moved. It's not won't be long now before I emerge as a butterfly. And you're like, you've been doing that for a while, showing me that, look, I'm changing, but it's not, it's not. Are you a caterpillar outside of a fake cocoon? No. I just feel like it's taking a while for them to do it, and we might get hopeful when we see a change, and then there's not a whole lot of real change happens. But they're in that cocoon. It just feels like it's gonna be a while before they're able to express their emotions in their heart, which their mind, like I said, is more fixed on sharing passion than it is emotion. Um, but the mind really is committed to changing eventually. But I feel like they give false signals that they're changing faster than they really are, and that if you're willing to hang out and just see what happens and unfolds, it feels like eventually the butterfly does emerge, but maybe it's a moth. I don't know. Let's see what your fortune cookie come in here. Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense that they're also doing some generational healing here. Says, you and maybe them, I feel like both of you are breaking cycles passed down through generations, freeing yourself and your lineage from ancient wounds. This is sacred work, and your courage to heal will echo far beyond your lifetime. So, what you're experiencing is freeing from generational things too, but I feel like they are as well, because that's kind of feels like they didn't experience what love felt like when they were a child because their parents didn't feel like what it was to have love in their child, which didn't feel like love, which didn't feel right. So I kind of feel like that's what's going on. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Michelle. Thank you again for your donation. Greatly appreciate it. Right. So Sean G, you are up. Let's grab yours here. Boom, boom, boom. There's your time stamp. Thank you for your donation via Z Cash App. And we have over here, I look for your red hair. I find it right away. Will you get the paper you need signed by your cousin by Monday? All right. Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. So, based on current energies, all right, by Monday. So I want that one. I don't want those. I want this one here and this one. All right. Yeah, we do have the Two of Spears on the bottom, which is the Two of Swords. There's a little bit of conflict here, but we'll see here. Because we've got the card that made itself known on your reading first is the Death card, which is an ending and beginning energy here. And this makes sense to what's coming in here with the Two of Swords, because it feels like there's two attempts. I feel like they send the paperwork and you're like, "Oh, I got it." And you look at it, you didn't fill this part out, or they didn't complete it correctly or left something off, or, put the wrong date or did something. You're just like, "For the love of God." So it's kinda like it has to, "Here, you need to send it again," right? So let's see what comes in here. Yeah, we've got the 3 of coral, the 3 of wands, and the 10 of swords here. So, there is this ending and beginning and going a different route here with them. So I feel like that's what the 3 of wands is telling us, is that we tried one way, it didn't work. All right, let's try this again. Um, do it this way. And underneath that, yeah, you have the strength card. Give me strength card. Leo energy. I feel like, and this makes sense with those 3 cards coming out together with the Leo being underneath it, because that is a take charge, step up, growl, roar a little bit. But I feel like you step up and take charge, and because they are like, "I'm gonna send it this way and do this." And you're like, "All right." Then you get it and it's not done. And you're like, "All right, this wasn't done right. Can you let's do it this way. Get the form, um, you know, let's FaceTime. Show me the form. We'll make sure it's all good so that we can make sure we have this, and then send it this way. I can track it. It'll come to me, da da da. I feel like it's like you have to kind of step up and tell them how to do it all, um, in a loving, I was gonna say forceful way, but a loving, um, strong, strong, but not, like I said, overpowering. But you kind of need to uh, express yourself. That's not the energy I'm talking about. It's just kind of let's kind of take control a little bit, but put your energy forward a little bit stronger, and um, so that they'll listen, kind of energy. Let's see what you got. Two other cards here. You have the star card, which is a dream come true energy. Underneath that, you do have the six of pearls, the six of cups, which is kind of like child energy. It's almost like you don't treat them like a child, but and this makes sense here. The dream come true of the child, which is you. So I do feel like it ends up working out where you get it by Monday, but I feel like if you get it, like, what's tomorrow, Thursday? Like, I feel like if you get something, you're gonna find out, "Oh god, this isn't," and in fact, this might even be like, a forecast of them saying, "You might just call him tomorrow and take control. Otherwise, you might have to redo it again," and just say, "Hey, can I help you with this?" kind of energy, and, um and I'll even pay for the, express mail or, however you need to get it if or if there's a DocuSign or something, alternative. But I feel like, um, that it's important for you to kinda step up and, offer to step them through it. And I know it's a fun form. If you want, let's go over it together, and then you can send it off to me, and we can have the tracking number, and so I feel like, it's best to kinda just approach it with a little bit of that schmooze, but also a little more it's not intention, what is this word? It's like a little more not indulgence, I feel like it begins with an I word, but you know what I'm saying. A little more in not intuition, a little more involvement, maybe involvement, but there's another word. Oh, you're gonna do it all right, and then she's gonna sign it. Okay, good. So that could be the energy there. Good. Well, that's good confirmation that they're saying yes, that you took the in what is it when we initiative, that's the word, taking the initiative. So there you go. Perfect. I love that. What do we have here? Yeah, finding your place is your fortune cookie here, which says, "The world is vast, yet there is a space only you can fill." Yeah, and only forms you can fill out, right? This is not just a physical location, but a sense of alignment with your purpose. I love it. Isn't that isn't that where you live? Is that New York? New York. So, I love that for you, Sean. It looks positive there, but I feel like that is such a positive affirmation. Yeah, you were wise in choosing to go that route. Too funny. All right, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. That's hilarious. All right. All right, Deb, you are up. We got 154.11 for you. Put that out here. Boom, boom. And here is your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. Thank you so much for that. Anything Spirit wants you to know about your visit to the campground yesterday? You met with the prior owners. Ooh, all right. Let's take a sip here. Cheers, cheers. All right. So let's take a look here. Hey, Deb. Hello, hello. All right. Let's see here. What about this meeting with the prior owners? Got these. 3, 2, 1. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. We do have the page of coral, which is the page of wands. It's a good stepping into power energy here, which is what happened, right? Stepping into the power and taking things to a new level. I feel like this is like the beginning of the new stage. An important an important new step. It feels like there's this pattern because you got 3 cards and 2 cards and 1 card and then 3 cards, but then it goes to 1 card. It's like there's a step that's bypassed, um, because of this meeting, I feel. I feel like there's some good information that the previous owners either shared or will share that will help, like, move, um move things forward and faster, if that makes sense. Let's see what this is. So we got 3 cards, which is the Hierophant, yep, the teacher energy, got the High Priestess energy, and the King of Coral, wow. So we definitely had we had the teacher, the High Priestess, and the decision maker with the King of Wands. So we had a group of powerful joining together here of the major arcana. Well, the King of Wands is a royal, but we got the High Priestess, we got the teacher, which would be the previous owners. I feel, yeah, yeah. So I feel like that teacher student energy. But the High Priestess energy, I feel, is both you and your daughter energy coming in there. And then the King of Wands, who is the one who's going to be doing a lot of the work and everything, which would be the partner, right? The your daughter's partner, I think. So we got this wonderful energy here of and the important people were there to feel things out and to get things going. So the fire and the emotion and intuition, and then the teacher. So I like that. Um, and then we've got the Knight of Treasure and the Ace of Coral. Yep. So Knight of Treasure, Knight of Pentacles is it's like it's going to take a little bit here to get things kind of moving. It's almost like feeling stuck in the mud, but then here's the jump start with the Ace of Wands. So it's like, it's all right, allow the learning curve, allow the time. I feel like, it can feel that way, but it's going to unfold in proper order. And then yeah, and then the 8 of Pearls, yeah, the 8 of Cups, letting go of old emotions, old partnerships, walking away from those things, frees up energy too. So I do feel like there is a change of some relationships that the campground had with certain maybe suppliers, different things like that. And so I feel like there will be some change that will come with that, and that's okay. And it might come with time. It might be like, well, let's just keep it going as is, and then we'll make changes as it goes. Um, just know that it will start getting going. Once it gets going, then we'll be able to know and research and of course do all the deep research, that uh, I feel like your daughter loves to do. She'll get into it. She'll find it, kind of energy, right? Yeah, there's going to be some change. Yeah. So, um I like that. And then so it goes 3, 2, 1, and then we start the new like the next stage of okay, now we're going to start doing things. We got the 7 of pearls, 7 of cups. A lot of different emotions to feel, and there's no wrong emotion. Feel the feels. Um, there's gonna be a lot of emotions moving, so and it's okay. We can let them, do that as well, right? It's all paper old school, yeah. Well, fun. So, we got the 7 of pearls is a good 7 of cups energy. It's allowed the emotions to be felt. There's gonna be a lot of different ones, and that's okay. It's part of growth and growing. We have the 6 of spears, yeah, 6 of swords. This is about seeing things from a different perspective. There will be change, like you said, letting old ways go, start new ways. There will be movement that happens from it. Yeah, maybe they'll get an app instead of having stuff on paper. And we got the 5 of treasure too, the 5 of pentacles. So there is working through, the energy here of letting go of the fear of being abandoned, being left out in the cold, not having enough, not being enough, realizing that it's not humans that bring us what we need, but it's creator, it's source. They're showing me build it and they will come, like Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. They're like, just build it, just do the stuff, and people will come. And I like that. I feel like, the fear of what if people don't show up? And they're like, don't worry, it's not humans, it's your relationship with creator and the trust that we have with that, right? So I like that, which is why I feel like we skip over number 2 and we go to the King of Spears. Yep, the King of Swords, the big thinking, organization, um, energy that comes in here. Um, so I like that. Yeah, because underneath they told me remove the page. We have got both the Queen of Spears and the King of Spears. So we've got, you know, someone that has great knowledge, great information, great intelligence, can figure a lot of things out. And we got the Queen of Spears who balances the head and the heart. So it's a great combination that's looking here. So I really like that, kind of energy that comes in with that. Just this, wonderful um, focus on our strengths and don't feel like we have to do the things that aren't ours to do. It's like, well, we need it. Like, just this is what's coming up. We need a phone app so that people can sign up and just do things there, not fill out all this paperwork that we have to maintain and blah blah blah. I'll do that, and you're like, good, because I don't want to do that, and that's not my thing. And they're like, okay, I'll do that. Well, I'm really good at this. This is what I want to do, and they're like, all right, yeah, you do that. you know And I feel like that's kind of a message for all of you is just to, ask to do what you want to do and say, this is what I can offer. Um, and, you know, realize there's some things that are strength for some people and things that are strength for others too. What else do we have here? Yep. Revelations look in the campground. Almost looks like the hermit energy in the campground. The veils are parting and hidden truths are ready to be revealed. This revelation may challenge your current perceptions, but it will ultimately empower you to act from a place of truth. It is a number 9, like the hermit. And that's all about the step back, connect with the spirit world. Whenever you're feeling, because what did we have here? Um, oh, on the computer. Yeah, boom. See, I love it. Yeah, little nerves around this is what you said. So when you have, realize, oh, this is, let me step back, connect, breathe and connect and go, We've got this." You know, what's the worst that could happen? Someone can get killed on the property. You can find, graves. What's the worst thing? It's like, yeah, we'll get through it no matter what. We always have, we always will. So whatever happens, we'll find a way through it, right? I like it. They're reminding me of this thing from Mel Robbins. that she, does every day. Let me just bring it up real quick here because I have it, like, uh, here, let's see, collections, favorites, it's my favorites. I think I shared it too. Um, because it has about, "Today's gonna be a great day," and you ask why. Something cool is going to happen to me today. Number 3 is the one, no matter what happens today, I can handle it. And that's the big thing is, and it even says, "An exciting new chapter in my life starts today." I need to give myself credit for how hard I'm trying. And I'm allowed to be a work in progress. The campground's allowed to be a work in progress. And if I keep showing up, life will reward me. And I have an important contribution to make to the world. I love those. In fact, what I'll do here, I'm just going to send them to you. Whether you want them or not, you're going to get them. That's what I'm saying. Let's see if I can find them here. Oh, yeah. Like you can hit collections and you can go in here and do both of these. Oh, there you go. Boom, boom. Look at that. All right. So there you go. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, making the best choice. Yeah. You have all sorts of new spirit animals that'll appear in your life. Yeah. We're always making the best choice with the information we have and the energy we have in the moment, and the energy and environment. So trust it, right? Perfect. All right. That's what they have for you, my friend. So how exciting. All right. Oh my gosh, I kind of missed some people. Ateshi Singh, I'm so sorry. I didn't say hello to you when you came in. Let's grab yours. We got you on the free list here. And Brenda Globy, too. Oh my gosh, Brenda, good to see you. We'll get you on the list here. And Chords of Gratitude. Hello, hello. Oh, and the third Avatar movie is out. All right. Good to see you, Chords of Gratitude. I am doing well. All right. I think that was everyone there. All right, perfect. Thank you, my friend. All right, let's take a sip here. We got one more. I think I just got one more donation here, and then we'll start into free readings here. All right, so we have Alice. You are up 20741. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Thank you for your donation, the little happy emoji. And Alice, you want to know what kind of people are your interviewers, Matthew and Francesco? What are they like? What kind of personalities do they like in candidates? Do they want on their team? All right, we'll take a look here. I like that. Multiple personalities. They want crazy people. I know that's not politically correct, but just a joke anyway. All right, let's take a look here, Alice. So let's see what kind of people are your interviews. So let's look at Matt. Matt first, right? And what kind of people? I feel like we'll know what kind of people they want, what kind of candidates they want people on their team too. And then Francesco. All right, is this one here? Yeah, it looks like we got 5 and 5, so that makes sense. What's on the middle here? 3 of spears, 3 of swords. Yeah, expectations equal disappointment here, and it's good to have on the bottom here because as soon as I read your question, they were like going, "Well, it doesn't matter what kind of candidate they want, go in and be you. Don't try to live up to their expectations because you'll end up disappointing because you're not being true to you. Go in and be you and find out if they are the kind of people you want to work for. And so go in not going, do I match up to them? Go in going, do they match up to me? I'm going to interview them in my own way, right? That's the way you do role reversal, right? All right, let's take a look here, see what's up here with Matthew first. What kind of person are they? What do they want here? Matthew, 4 of spears. This is like mentally stable, which is good. But I feel like they do, like they don't try to look for, there's certain things they look for a team member, but they also like to stay open-minded with this 4 of swords. Like, I feel like they're the type of person that goes, yeah, there's some core things that will work, but I also want different types of people because I feel like they're the type of person that honors differences and knows that if I have a team of the same person, I'm wasting positions because I want someone that thinks this way, someone that thinks this way, someone that thinks this way, that are going to bring me in all these different perspectives. So I feel like they have this more open-minded attitude of I'm just going to find out who you are and what you can bring to the table. And yeah, there's like, I don't want you to be, someone who's disruptive that, creates friction in a team, like negative friction. There's positive friction, and that's the way they think. That's interesting. Let's see what else. Yeah, the world card. They're all about taking things to a new level, about growth kind of energy here. So they are looking, for that um, someone who doesn't just try to meet up to all the expectations. They always want someone that wants to take things to a new level, always wanting to grow, always wanting to, you know, um, not stay stagnant, but constantly evolving oneself is what they're looking for too, because that's what they want to do. And if people are doing that, then that's good, right? So I like that. Also, someone who's open minded as well is what they look for. We got the 2 of cups, 2 of pearls. Um, someone I feel like this is the, um, power of emotional choice, and I feel like something that they like looking for is people who are emotionally intelligent, that know when to share their emotions and when, um, like, and which emotion to share in the right moment. Because like, I feel like they would say, "When you're in my office with me, you can be as negative as you want, you can share, you can share your passion," yeah, but when we're in a meeting with other people, they want that emotional intelligence where they know when to speak up and share that and how and when not to. So I like that. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. That's a great energy because I feel like this is part of their attitude that, Matthew feels everything happens for a reason, that we can learn and grow from it. I feel like they're not the kind of person that's, again, that open-mindedness makes sense that they're like, we grow from it. There's no mistakes, there's just growth. Now, if we keep making the same mistake, that means we're not growing. you know, it's like, oh, I get you. So I like that openness there. And the 3 of treasure. Yeah, 3 of pentacles. Makes sense. They like being true to their authentic self. They also like people being true to their authentic selves, and I feel like he likes to create an atmosphere of growth and creativity, which happens when he allows people to be true to themselves, not suppressing them, but, again, with that emotional intelligence of, yeah, in a meeting in front of everyone else, not to be negative, not do that. That's what you do behind the door with me, and I bring it, I celebrate it, I invite it when it's just us. But then I also reserve I feel like you would say, I also reserve the right to go, "All right, we need to stop the drama train, we're about to wreck, but we need to slow down now." He's funny. All right, so I like Matthew. Right, and then Francesco. Let's see here. So they are I feel like they're like an Aquarius energy with the star card here. They are, a very um, it's an air energy. I'm an Aquarius sun, but I'm a kind of a bizarre Aquarius. But they've got most Aquariuses are bizarre, but I've got a lot of emotional energy in my chart too. That's why I'm trying to separate my mindset around Aquarius, around this particular mix of Francesco, because it feels like they they're a rebel and that they like to learn to do things differently. Again, this open-mindedness, I feel like they kind of share that in a way, but I feel like they are always looking for the next thing, the improvements. I feel like they're more mental in their approach than Matthew feels like they're more of that emotional, feel good kind of person. The more emotional intelligence, I feel like they're looking for they still want Francesco still likes the teamwork, the community, but it's about the growth of the whole, not so much individual growth. And I feel Matthew's more about individual growth that then leads to group growth. So I feel like they kind of go one from inside out, the other one's from outside and then in eventually. Let's see what else. They've got the Knight of Spears. Yeah. Knight of Swords. They're all about learning, 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 learning. The mind, the mind, the mind. Very about, what plans do you have to learn new things? And, that Matthew has that too, but it feels like more emotional and growth as a person, which leads to a growth of a company or a team. This feels like more here's the how you're gonna grow in the thinking kind of energy, right? We got the moon card, which I feel like they're looking for someone that it's interesting with the moon energy because that's Cancer moon, emotional energy. I feel like what they're looking for their team is someone that can bring the emotion as well, which because water bears are able to contain emotion. So I feel like they really focus in on the mind, the mind, the mind. Oh, yeah, and then bring emotion too, because Matthew likes that. That's funny. We got the 4 of pearls. Yeah, the 4 of cups. It's the emotional stagnation and, again, growth energy, and the 6 of treasure, 6 of pentacles, the give and receive energy here. So I feel like they really focus in on the mind, 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 but I kind of feel like on the side they bring in the emotional stuff because I feel like I don't know if they co-manage together? I don't know, it kind of feels like either that or they are 2 the same people that, work a lot closely together, that they've helped each other, and I feel like Matthew's more of try to get Francesco, yeah, to, you know, let's bring in the emotional intelligence too. I feel like that's, um has been Matthews, like, their goal to do that, to have them do that. So, I like that. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, for your interview. We'll get you a fortune cookie here too. Hey, footwork. Hey, Val. I have no, this is my last donation, so you'll be up next if you make a donation. All right. Yep. Manipulation. I like that because it's like, just be yourself is like I feel it comes back to, but it says, "Not all offers come freely. Some carry invisible strings that pull you in directions you didn't choose. Be mindful of hidden motives and unspoken conditions before you accept." So, very much ask clarity, before you accept the position, right? Because I feel like there's some things that makes sense. I feel like this is more Francesco because that moon card is hidden energy, as well. So, really, I feel like Matthews is gonna be an open book, but you might ask clarifying questions, especially with Francesco. So, hopefully that makes sense. Alright, that's what they have for you, just Alice. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. So thank you, Belle, for your donation. As soon as you put your question out, we'll not run, we'll jump down to your question here. What I was going to say is, while you're typing your question, I'm going to run to the little boys' room and then I'll be right back. All right. That's right. You normally ask for a general reading, right? Right. Sorry, let me move my jacket off of there. All right. I am set. All right. So footwork. Let's do this here. Here's your time stamp. We have that noted here. So thank you for your donation. We'll give that a love and a like. And let's see what Spirit has here for you. So what does Spirit want you to know? And if you have a specific area of your life you're wanting to know about, you can say love or work, um, personal, whatever too. And we can find out if you have an area of interest. If not, I'll just see what Spirit has here for you. Because they know what's for our highest experience. They know what we don't even know that we know, right? Because they are all knowing. All right, let's see what we got here. I feel like there's this kind of pattern here. One and two. There's this, the way the cards are, there's like one card, and then there's like two cards and one card, and then one card, and then three cards and one card and one card. There's like all these little ones that are kind of like containing things, but I feel like there's progression, but there's containment of the progression that's unfolding in your life. We'll see what this is about here. I feel like I just needed to say that. The bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Swords, which is a rest kind of energy. Um, so it is kind of with especially mental rest. It's letting go of expectations, let go of the fears of how things have to unfold in life, and kind of just sit back and take a moment of rest. I feel like you've been busy, 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 and it's like resting is okay. Don't feel guilty. Allow yourself time. Um, Especially right now, I feel like it's time to rest before you have forced R&R upon you. That's what some of my friends I call it when yeah, you feel guilty. When people get, when we get sick because we don't take time to rest and the body goes, "All right, if you won't take a rest, I will do forced rest and relaxation." So I feel like there is an important it's okay to take time. That's the bottom of the deck. You do have the 6 of pearls, the 6 of cups energy, and that is this energy of I feel like that's inner child, if all we do is work and we don't get to play and do something that we enjoy, we're existing, we're not living, right? We don't how does it go? We don't live to work, we work so that we can live. And I feel like there is this it's time to play energy. Take time to rest and take time to play. Really connect to that inner child within you. Allow yourself to have that joyful engagement, that joyful time too. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we got the Strength card and the Empress. Yeah, definitely. We've got the Empress, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, and the Strength card. It is an energy, well, especially this combination with everything I've been having here. You know, it's important to maintain your strength, to take time to nurture yourself and not be giving, giving, giving to everything and everyone else and leaving nothing for you or go, well, if there's any time or any energy left over, I'll use that for me. But everything else needs attention first. It's like we'll burn out, right? Let's see what's below the surface on that one here. Yeah, I got the Four of Pearls. Yeah, again, this Four of Cups energy, which is like we had the Four of Swords is mental rest. This is like emotional rest. And, I mean, if we do it for too long, we become stagnant, right? But this is like you don't you don't take it hardly any time for yourself at all to give yourself a rest both emotionally, mentally, physically, even. And I feel like they're saying that's an important thing to do right now before you're forced to, and then, it's inconvenient. You can schedule it in. They're like, "Schedule playtime with inner child, and go do something fun that you enjoy," and go, "You know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna go do something that I think is fun," whether it's, I'm gonna go see a movie, or I'm gonna go pick up my favorite food, and even if I go take it home or take it to a park, even if it's cold out, and I'm gonna eat it in my car and just look at the beautiful scenery, or whatever the fun thing is that you do. Go to the swings. I want to go swing on a swing set, in a park, you know, um, whatever it is that feels playful. I feel like it's time to play. So I like that. What else? We got the Eight of Pearls. Yeah, the Eight of Cups. I feel like there are some people that are kind of like, too cold here. I know, I was thinking, because 'cause you're up north, right? Um, so it's like, a bit cold to do that. Maybe they have indoor swings, but I like this with the Eight of Cups, because there could be some, especially with this emotional balance, there might be some relationships where you're the one pouring everything into everyone else, and it's okay to back off. In fact, there's some that might even, you're ready to go, "You know what? I'm keeping this relationship alive. It's time for me to take all this energy back." Or even halfway, and if they don't make up the difference, then it just drifts away, and that's okay. Then you get all the emotional energy back. But I feel like you are being pulled in a lot of emotional different directions, and it's like, I need to be able to me be a chalice where I fill up, and then everyone else gets the overflow, instead of me being like a barrel that I'm plugging everyone into, and I'm giving everyone my emotional energy, and I feel drained. I feel tired, and I feel on the verge of maybe being resentful, a little bit is what happens. Because if we're an overgiver, recovering overgiver here, we'll give and give and give until we're exhausted, and then we'll continue to give until we're resentful. So I like this kind of heading this off at the pass, going, it's okay to back off of some of this emotional, people who are just emotionally needy all the time. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna distance myself in the time that I have, with those as well, right? So we've got that. Um, let's see what else we have here. You have the death card. Yep, death and rebirth. We have the 10 of coral, the 10 of wands, which is an ending and beginning energy, and the queen of pearls, the queen of cups energy too. So all three of these came out together. And I like this because this ending and beginning energy, especially around the emotional energy, has this awareness of, where am I investing all of my energy, right? Adult children. Yeah. You're like, chop, chop. But this is what this kind of brings in here. It's like, what am I ready to end, or be aware of? Because it's like, and I like this Queen of Cups, because this is like going into your heart and determining what is truly urgent to me and truly important to me, not what I'm supposed to be and should be, and what do I think other people expect, blah, blah, blah. But when you get into your heart of hearts and you go, what's truly urgent, truly important to me? Then you create three buckets, right? One bucket is those things that are truly urgent, truly important to me. That gets my attention today. Then the second bucket are the things that are truly important to me, but not urgent. And then I put those on my calendar, knowing when they'll become urgent. And then the third bucket are the things that are urgent, but not important to me. So they just get chucked in that bucket. I don't need to do anything with it because it's not important to me. If it gets done, it gets done. Usually it'll take care of itself, or it'll fall away. And I'll focus on bucket one, get everything in there, start on bucket two. If I get enough stuff done there where I'm bored, then I can dip my hand in bucket three and see if there's something I want to, but I don't have to. But this is like reorganizing where you're and realizing where your energy is being invested so you can keep it for yourself, um, and prioritize it accordingly instead of, these days, feels like everything's urgent, everything's important because everyone's telling and everyone wants this and everyone wants this and da da da. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Once I have this determined, then when someone comes to me and goes, oh, blah, 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 I go, is this urgent? Truly urgent to me? No. Is it truly important to me? No. Into bucket three, right? Or this is important to me, but it's not urgent. I'll put that in bucket two, put it on my calendar. It allows you to not feel like you're scattered and exhausted. It allows you to really focus in on and do that. And I feel like that's what they're wanting here. Underneath that, you have the page of coral. Yeah. Page of wands. Then you have all your energy. You feel like suddenly you feel like you have all this extra energy. One, letting go of a lot of that emotional stuff that we were talking about. You get a lot of energy back, but then also going, yeah, everyone says this is important. They're demanding it, but it's not important to me. Guess what? You don't get my energy till I take care of the things that are important and urgent to me. It really helps. And then your final card here, you got the Eight of Spears. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. So there is this clarity that comes in here of I'm letting go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve me. You have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords, which both of those are energies of release and flow. I'm letting go of emotions that don't serve me and mindsets that don't serve me anymore, which allows me to move forward. I like it that you have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom, which is this is for my benefit, taking time to rest. And then in this rest, determining what are relationships that I can back off of? Just really a kind of an awareness of where I'm investing all of my emotional energy, my mental energy, and my physical and action energy, and making sure I'm taking time for me and taking time for you to play the way you want to play because you've given so much of your life for so many people for so long. It's you time. So it's your fortune cookie says here too. You've got yep, is that financial stress? And then finances. Let's see what it says here. Financial challenges are a mirror reflecting where realignment is needed. There we go, realignment. The flow of abundance hasn't stopped. It's waiting for you to step onto the path where your efforts and purpose align. Wow, I love this. So aligning, that especially those buckets allows you to be like, wow, all this stagnant or blocked mental and emotional energy, you're clearing these blocks to allow flow into your life. So I like that for you. So hopefully that resonates, Val. I really like that for you. Thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. Helga, you're here, but you may fall asleep. Are many people in line before you? All right. Well, I just finished donations. So for free readings, we have Minu, then Swaroop, then Touch of Love, then Maria P, then Jean XO. And then we have Steve and Bonita, Kat Mia, Livier, another Maria, and then you. So you're like a 11th in the free readings, and then after that, we have got a Teshi Singh and Brenda Globey. That's where my free readings are. So those go a little faster as well. Poor you. No. But, if ever you put your question and you do fall asleep, when I'm done with a stream, I do post a pinned comment listing all the readings with timestamps. So when you come back, you can look for your name and then click on that, click on the timestamp, takes you right to your reading. So if you ever, you know, go, I'm going to put it out there and then I'll come back and check in the morning or in the middle of the night when I wake back up or, whatever it may be. So that is the skinny. That's how that all works. All right. shuffle these up. We'll get into the free readings here. Free readings do go a little faster because they're just like 1 to 2 card readings. We don't go as deep as we do for donations. So cheers, everybody. Take a sip. Nice and hot. I think I might put my tea on here. Whoa, almost spilled. It's a heavy cup. All right. Forgot that it's further away than it normally is. Yeah, you got it. You got it. All right. So let us jump in. We got Minu is up first. So we got 236. Whoops. 33. There we go. So Minu, hello, dear. General for you. All right, let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay, those are it there. What do we have? You've got the moon, and you've got the 3 of coral, the 3 of wands here. I do feel here with the moon card is an energy of like something hidden rising to the surface from the depths. And the 3 of wands is a change of direction that you take because of this. So I feel like if you're just be aware of like this next I feel like this is the next week or 2. I feel like it's before the end of January, which what? It's January 21st. Well, we've got what 10 days left in January. I can't believe it's that soon already. So in these next 10 days, I feel like something does reveal itself that makes you go, "Oh, okay. Well, I was going to do this, but now with that new information, with this new stuff bubbling up, I'm going to take a different direction." And I don't feel like it's like, "Oh god," scary stuff or anything. I feel like it's just like, "Oh, okay, this makes it an easier choice for me to go a different route than I had planned." And so kind of be open to that is like what Spirit is recommending. Just it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to change direction. Because when you made the decisions that you did before, you didn't know, and now you know, and so you get to make a different decision with different information. So that's what they got for you. All right. Hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you, Minu. Many blessings. Right. Swoop Bobby, you are up. Here is yours. And next week reading, please. What's coming towards you? All right. Hello, hello. Let's see what we got here. Got that one. Oop, what else? All right. We do want this one here. So you've got the Hierophant and the 10 of Treasure, the 10 of Pentacles. Next week, 10 of Pentacles is about abundance, fulfillment in the outside world, relationship energy too. But with the Hierophant, this is like a teacher energy, the major arcana number 5 of change. And it feels like next week brings you like clarity, seeing things from a higher perspective, a different perspective than you normally would around relationships, around the outside world. What does success mean? I feel like there's an alteration of your approach to where you look at a relationship different or what a relationship looks like differently, or both. Could be both of them at the same time there. But I feel like that's the big thing that they want you to know is with new kind of like revelations, because it almost feels like epiphanies where something just clicks and you're like, wow, yeah, this isn't what I want, or this is what you might see it in the outside world with another relationship or something else going on, and you're like, I don't want that for me. But a lot of clarity, I feel like, is what comes in with that. So hopefully that resonates for you, Swaroop. That's what they got for you. Many blessings. All right. Toucho Love, you are up. Hello, hello. Here's your timestamp. So what is next for you that you should be aware of? Let's take a sip here. Cheers, cheers. All right. What's next for you that is good for you to be aware of? All right. Got the Nine of Treasure and the Queen of Spears. Well, you definitely have this balancing energy coming in with the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Spears, because she rolls with the King over Swords, but behind the scene gets Cups energy. So there is this balanced energy. And even this Nine of Treasure, the Nine of Pentacles, it's this, I don't know, it's this hermity energy, it's independence energy. And I just feel like there is this balancing. I kind of feel like I'm okay with being alone, being independent, feeling like I'm hermiting, feeling like I'm in solitary confinement. I feel like there's this sudden, I'm okay with this. And even some reconciliation between what the brain wants for you independently and what the heart wants for you independently. Meaning, like, what do I want to do next? After I'm getting through my rehab and getting through, where I can stand up on my own. What am I wanting? I feel like there's this projection, this, what does my independence look like in the future? I feel like there is this kind of, it's like there's this new moon energy of this Capricorn that we just are in, and then this full moon energy of Leo. And then I feel like after that, with that new moon in Aquarius energy that comes up next, I feel like all of this that's unfolding is allowing you to kind of see things differently. And it's almost like you're kind of just projecting into the future of, what do I want? What does that look like? And I like that for you here. I feel like it is, in a way, it's like a s it's realizing that you're at a next step because you might not have ever thought, "I'll never think about that. I've got too much happening. I got too much." But I feel like you're reaching this stage in your life, in your recovery right now where you're like, "I'm actually starting to think about here and there about the future, what that looks like." Whereas before, it just seemed like it was so far away. Now it feels like it's not as far as away as I thought it was, or my perception of it is changing. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now. So hopefully it helps. Right. Many blessings to you, my dear, my dear. All right. Maria P., you are up. Did I do that right? Okay. Whoops. Try that again. There it is. So, Maria, thank you for your donation earlier. And so, for your free reading, you want a general for you and Wally. All right, let's take a look here. We've got this and this. And we have the Queen of Wands and the Death card. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I like this energy for you because I feel like, and it was funny, before I saw the cards, what they were telling me was, when we feel that our life is defined by someone or something being in our life, we fear endings because we are afraid that if this thing ends, that this means I end in a way. That's the way our inner child looks at it. And that's why we kind of get afraid of, what if a relationship ends? Let's say that's a big fear of most of us when we're in relationships. When we're outside of relationships, we fear we'll never find a relationship again. When we get in a relationship, we fear we'll lose that relationship and then never find a relationship again. We're so predictable as humans, aren't we? But it's true, and it's okay. It's part of our journey and adventure. But this Queen of Wands, this Queen of Coral says, "I am more powerful than that." We go back to talking about how we can slip into making someone our life instead of allowing them to be a part of our life. When we make someone our life, we're like, "Oh, you're my life support system. If I lose you, I'll suffocate and die." And it's like, no, we're just pretending that they're our life because we are our life. We just share it with someone else. And I feel like this is a good reminder that my life is my own and I share it with someone. And sometimes I can give someone too much importance in my life and sacrifice myself. It's like a Cleopatra, the queen of Egypt, going, "Here, Mark Antony of Rome, I give you my country. Now I have nothing." It's like, no, she didn't do that. I don't think she did. What they're telling me is she's like, "No, this is mine. And yeah, you can come to the border, you can come and visit, but you're not taking over my country. We can do trade agreements and everything. You keep your country, I keep my country, and I'm still the queen of my country. You're the king or emperor or whatever, Caesar of yours, and that's all right. But you're not taking over my country." So there's that empowerment that comes in. So I feel like that's your message right now, Maria. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Gene XO, you are up. Hey, Gene. Let's grab your timestamp here. Boom, boom, boom. So, hello, love. So, you want to ask, what are eyes' feelings and next actions towards you after seeing you yesterday, and also check the underlying energies? Sure. Let's take a look here. Let's shuffle these up here. All right. So, what are eyes' feelings? Hello, hello. Feelings and next actions, and the bottom of the deck. So, the bottom of the deck, we got the Empress energy going on here. So we'll see what that is. What are eyes' feelings? We got the Six of Spears, Six of Swords. Look at that giant shark under there. She's riding it though, not a dangerous shark. So this is more mental energy than it is emotional energy. So it feels like that they're in their mind. They're trying to see things from a higher perspective. They're letting go of old ways of thinking of things, looking at new ways of thinking of things. And I feel like there's movement of thought in their head, which will bring movement in the outside world eventually. But I feel like they're more in their head than they are in their heart. Don't we usually get that with them anyway? Which that Empress energy underneath the bottom of the deck is all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and she rules over the four queens. And each queen grants the Empress Cups energy because all the queens do have that, plus the Queen of Cups. So that's 5 parts cup or water, 1 part air, 1 part fire, 1 part earth. So there's a lot of emotional energy that's below the surface. Yeah, which makes sense because look what's below the surface. There's something big and huge below the surface, the emotional area, right? But it hasn't made its way into the air yet. Um, what are their next intentions, right? Next actions and intentions towards you. Well, do you have the Lovers card here? So I feel like when they do make, didn't we get like this before? I feel like this feels familiar, but it feels like eventually when they do take action, then it is important relationship energy, and that's what, moves forward. But I feel like right now they're mainly stuck in the noggin, and the emotions definitely are below the surface. They haven't made their way upward and outward yet. So hopefully that resonates there for you, my dear. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Good to see you. All right. Let me get these other ones prepared here. Just didn't put my little squigglies after each one of these yet. Oops. There we go. Here, just got 2 more. Let me just do those real quick. All right. There we go. All right. So, Steve, you are up. Grab your timestamp. So, Steve, you just wanted to know if you're wasting your time with M. All right, let's see. Well, no moment is ever wasted, technically. Everything is for our experience. But is the cost benefit analysis, is the investment going to be worth the payout, right? Let's take a look here. Let's see what Spirit says here. So you got the 5 of pearls and the page of treasure. Well, we have the 5 of pearls, the 5 of cups energy. We know which is an energy that, is about sorrow and it's about spilt cups and obviously it's like I'm investing this energy and I'm going through a lot emotionally, feeling disappointed and some of that. But the 5 of cups actually has the 2 cups, which can look kind of odd there, but they're right there. And that's the power of emotional choice too, which shows us that, you know, whatever we experience in relationships, we learn a lot about our own emotions because we're faced with those, right? But it says the page of treasure, the page of pentacles, it is worth you do get benefit, but it has to do with the benefit comes when we learn about our emotional inner conflict, right? And what I mean by that is all relationships are mirrors showing us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. Once we see it, then that's when transformation happens. But if I'm looking in this mirror of this person and whatever's bubbling up inside of me, I'm going, "Oh, they're making me feel this way." Not that you're doing this, but this is just, how this works. When I realize, "Oh, my emotions are happening in here, not out here. So my emotions are mine to look at. This reflection is for me to grow and transform. And once I transmute these emotions that have been bubbling around that are being brought to my attention for me, then I can move into something like the reflection in the mirror don't change till the person that's looking in the mirror changes. And so our time with someone looks a certain way because that's us seeing our reflection in this mirror of this relationship or friendship. And when I change, then that changes. But if I don't change, it just keeps cycling until I realize it. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. So that's what they got for you, Steve. Many blessings to you. All right. Hey, touch of love. Yeah, you're welcome, Jean. You're going back to work tomorrow. Oh, wow. So you're going to just focus on you. What am I working for? And the goals are going to balance. I love that. Yay. Congratulations. So there is that change. All right. Many blessings. Many blessings. Let me take a quick sip here. All right. There was more in there than I thought. All right. Love you too. All right. So, Benita, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Whoops, try that again. There we go. So, Benita, hello, hello. Do you see you moving into your place in the next 2 months? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, is there movement into the new place within 2 months? All right. Yeah, because you have the hangman, which is kind of that pausing energy, seeing things from a different perspective. And then the ace of wands is boom, sudden movement that pops in here. I do feel like this is about possibilities. Of course, it's always about possibilities when we're looking at the future. But this ace of wands is really standing out to me that if you adapt and transform your energy, yeah, you can. Otherwise, it may be delayed a little bit with that hangman being pause energy. Because, so what I mean by that, if I focus in on gratitude for where I'm at in my life and for what I have had and places I've lived in before, that just invites movement into this new place. If I end up kind of falling into fear of what if I don't, or I really need to, I really want to. All of that is lack energy, which actually makes it more difficult for it to come to us and delays it. So that's why I feel like we're still in possibility energy here. I got like it's kind of leaning towards yes, so we can lean more into our gratitude to have it, more solid within the next 2 months. But it looks good here. Just be aware of where, that we're not falling into the lack energy and the fear or need, like I need to move there or I want to move there. It's coming back to this moment and gratitude is what helps move in that direction. So hopefully that helps, Bonita. That's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right, Kat Mia, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right, what is the answer to your question you're searching for all night, and how not emotions or thinking, but physical, invisible? All right, I don't quite get that last part, but spirit will know. So, what's the answer to your question? We've been searching for something physically, not emotionally or mentally, they say. And what's the answer to your question? All right. Got that and that here. Let's see what we got here. You do have the Four of Coral, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Pearls, Queen of Cups energy. What is it's about trust your gut here. The Four of Wands is an energy of joy and celebration, treasure. I feel here it's an interesting, I don't know, jewelry box because it this treasure chest really whoops, I'm showing myself over here. This treasure chests on the bottom really stood out to me here because I feel like there's some sort of like little it's like a jewelry box or some sort of like treasure box, but it's something that has a lid that opens up like that, you know, um, is what I where I feel is here, and it's like trust your gut, trust your instinct with this Queen of Cups. It's just like ask spirit, guide me, give me hot and cold, right? Let me walk and make me feel warmer when I'm getting warmer, make me feel cold when I'm moving away from it. But I feel like it's in something. It's like I know a bread box, a roll top desk. It's all that. It's that kind of look to it for me. It's like something that either has a lid or something that kind of kind of energy like that. So hopefully that helps. So there you go. Many blessings to you. All right. Livier Vagara, you are up. So Livier, here is your timestamp. What do the cards have for you this coming week? All right, let's take a look here. What do the cards have here for this coming week? So you've got the Hierophant and you've got the King of Spears too. Wow, talk about education energy coming in. The Hierophant is like a teacher student energy, and the King of Swords is also like a professor teacher energy. Definitely a lot of learning, a lot of mental learning, a lot of mental growth here. But there is some sort of training, some sort of learning, something that's coming in here because it is definitely feels very mind and learning oriented. There is a change with this here font, so it might be that possibly you get an opportunity to learn something new, um, but it very much is this nudge. If you've been looking for a position and if there's something that you've been wanting certification or training or, something along those lines, very highly supported here if you're wanting to learn and get into some sort of educational area. Could also be that you meet a teacher of some sort. Whoa! Maybe you meet a professor. Maybe it has nothing about with learning from, yourself, but, um, like, learning new education, but meeting someone in the education field that teaches you something. Anyway, that's what I feel the energy is coming in here for you. So that's what we have right now for you. Many blessings. Good to see you. All right. And then we have Maria M9P, just to differentiate from other Marias that we have. There's your timestamp. You'd like a general for tomorrow. All right. Let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about tomorrow? Wow. Two major arcana. You have the Chariot card energy here and the Devil card as well. Very much you've got the Devil card, which is Saturn, Capricorn energy, kind of thinking energy, and the Chariot, which is ruled by the moon, Cancer sign, emotional energy. You got these opposites here, which it's funny because the Chariot card is also the power of choice. So you've got I feel like they're just wanting you to know here tomorrow's going to be an opportunity, especially around the story, because the devil card is our challenging our stories, our mind energy. But the chariot is every moment is a choice between the story that I choose, right? Lower vibration rooted in fear or higher vibration rooted in unconditional love, right? So every moment is a story choice of the mind, an emotional choice of the heart, lower vibration, higher vibration, an energetic choice. What am I focusing on? What am I drawing in? Is it lack and lower vibration and fear or higher vibration of gratitude and joy and laughter and play? Because I'm going to draw whatever I focus on. And then physical action. Am I acting from a place of lower vibration or higher vibration? But because the devil card is all about the mind, I feel like overall it's an energy of being aware of your choices tomorrow, but be aware of the story, especially on whatever's happening out here. You might have, we all are taught that certain things mean certain things, when this happens, this is what it means. This is the story. That happens, this is what that means, the story. What this happens, that's the story. But that's just an opinion. You get to choose what things mean in the outside world. So tomorrow, be aware that I'm the one that gets to decide what things mean, not everyone else. Because when we're concerned about what everyone else's thinks, what everyone else, the story that everyone else is putting on things, everyone has an opinion. We have an opinion about everyone else's opinion too. Come back to your power of story tomorrow. I feel like is the big message. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right, Helga, if you're still awake, you are up. Hello, hello. Thanks for hanging out. Here's your timestamp. And you want to know, do you have a chance with EJ? You've been patient and just been off messaging for a few days. What is the energy? Is there any chance? Has he been thinking? I guess I need to wait. Oh, I'll be back. Okay. Here. All right. Let's take a look here. So, based on current energies, do you have a chance with EJ? Okay. And then what's the energy? What's he been thinking? All right, let's take a look here. So, do you have a chance here? You've got the Four of Treasure, the Four of Pentacles. We'll see what his energy is here. We got the 10 of Pearls, the 10 of Cups. So he's got joy energy. There is relationship energy that's here. So they do have that kind of in possibilities that are there. This Four of Treasure, the Four of Pentacles, is telling me, when you're asking about the overall energy, the Four of Pentacles is more of a, I don't know, what would you say? It's a message from spirit, kind of a bigger picture message from spirit than not just about the outcome of this relationship. They're more using it as like an awareness moment, going, because the Four of Pentacles teaches us that when I define my worth by the three buckets of the outside world, I feel unstable. Those three buckets are relationships, situations like jobs and education and social status situations we can get into, and things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. All 3 of those buckets of the outside world are unstable. So when we define our worth by those, we feel unstable because humans, they change, they walk away, they pass away. They're temporary, they're unstable. Who knows, right? So when we are um, having our worth connected to someone else's actions or non-actions, their words or their silence, whatever relationship we're having with, whether it's romantic, friends, family, whoever, we feel unstable because their perception of us is always unstable. Because if they're feeling good, we're looked at as great. If they're feeling sick or hungover or whatever, we're not as, on their um, what they're thinking of us is not at the same level. 'Cause they're constantly changing, just like our perception of everything out on the outside world changes depending on how we're feeling, right? So I feel like this is more of they're like, "Yeah, they're thinking about this," but I feel like there's this lesson involved in that to go, in this moment, they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," but 15 minutes from now, a day from now, a week from now, they're in a bad mood, they're in something else, they're not gonna think the same way, and if we're like, "Oh, no, I've changed. My worth has changed because of them," no, our worth stays the same always. Inward and upward, we are priceless. When we look to the outside world, that's retail price, and we end up on a clearance rack. Some days they take us off and raise our price, other days back on the clearance rack. It's so unstable. I feel this message that they're having right now is realize that as long as you're defining yourself by any of those things, we're going to feel the instability from moment to moment, day to day. Because some days they're going to be like, right in this loving place, and the next day they're withdrawn, and you're like, where? What happened? Where did they go? So I feel like this is what they're wanting you to know right now, while they have a chance to bring the wisdom, of your adventure to you. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you right now. Right. So many blessings. Sleep well. All right. Right. And we have Ateshi Singh. You are up, Ateshi. Let's grab your timestamp here. Boom, boom. So Ateshi, is HL seeing you the same way as me, or am I being delusional? Okay, you guys seeing each other the same way. You're welcome, Helga. All right. So Ateshi. So based on current energies, do they see you the same way? We got the 9 of treasure, the 9 of pentacles, and the ace of cups here. The 9 of pentacles is more about a physical um energy than it is, because cups would be emotional, wands would be fire, so it's more physical. The ace of pearls, the ace of cups is more of a it's not a new love, it's a self-love kind of energy that's here. So and it's even more of a hermity. The 9 of treasures is more of this, I wanna be by myself and focus on my self-love energy than the other. So, I'm not sure if that's what you're feeling, but it feels like here more that they're turned inward and more introverted and in this space in their life right now where they're wanting to focus on this, not so much outward as they are inward with both of these cards. So, not that you're delusional, but it could be that, you know, what's interesting is, in relationships, it's always mirroring. Um, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So if I'm like, I feel like they feel this way about me, well, this could be that you feel this way about yourself, and that's great. If that's self-love energy, that's great, you know, but it's being aware that what other people see in us, we have no idea what they see. because we're a mirror. All they see is the reflection of themselves, and that's all we see. So it's not really, delusional. Maybe it's illusional because what I see in someone else is my own illusion because it's me projecting myself. And so I feel like maybe that is a message for yourself. That Nine of Pentacles is to kind of step away with spirit, focus on your self love. Because the more you raise and open up to your self love with your higher self, with this beautiful love, the more we can give and receive love to those in the outside world. Because we can't give more love to others than we have for ourselves, nor receive love from others more than we have for ourselves. So maybe that's the mirror is it's a nudge to go inward and upward, connect to that love you're looking for that you only find in here. Then you're full and overflowing. Whatever other people give you is above and beyond extra. Changes from a world where it feels like it's lacking to a world that feels abundant and extra. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Ateshi. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Brenda Globy, you are up. Brenda. Here's your timestamp. And AS and KTH's energy towards each other by the end of 2026. All right. So AS and KTH. Based on current energies, what's their energy by the end of 2026? So AS has the Five of Spears. So AS feels kind of more conflicted here between head and heart, maybe even some conflict between them and KTH. KTH towards AS is Ace of Cups energy, which is more kind of like new love energy. And this is interesting because I feel like there's something that happens here between AS and KTH this year that makes AS kind of put up a hand of, like this Five of Spears is like the five fingers of swords, no, I don't want you coming towards me. But I feel like whatever happens by the end of the year, KTH wants to try again, to try to mend things, to restart some sort of emotional connection. But I don't feel like AS has it because whatever this is that unfolded or unfolds this year, I feels like a deal breaker for AS that they're just like, no, um, yeah.
This is my last word. No!
I felt I need to use my no button here. So, yeah, it just feels like that's kind of what unfolds there. Because something, whether it's some sort of betrayal or some way they handle something, um, it just kind of flows that way. So hopefully that makes sense there. But that is what we have there, Brenda. So good luck. Enjoy. All right. And I think that is everyone. I think I have everyone off of my free reading list and the donations. So I think that is it. So thank you guys so much for your patience and getting to your readings this evening. If you haven't checked out my most recent podcast, we have a new one coming out here in about 4 hours. But this is the last one about being defensive or defense, how to become less defensive in situations to make it easier for other people to become less defensive in our interactions. And then, or the entire playlist link is down in the description box as well. If you haven't got into the giveaway for the full moon, that will be coming up on February 1st. I do give away, or I have a drawing to give away one 30-minute personal recorded reading or one of my energetic hedges. So you can check it out here. The link is always in the description box or the description area of this video stream, of the most current giveaways and dealios. And we just also introduced a new hedge of health. It's one of my energetic hedges. So if you're interested in checking that out, there's a link there for you there as well. And I also started putting out making the most of moon energy. We have the Capricorn new moon energy, making the most of the new moon wishes and intentions. We're still in that energy. It was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, so we're kind of getting toward where the soil's not as easily fertilized and abundant, but you can still take advantage and learn about new moon wishes and intentions by checking out that most recent one as well. So I like it. I'm doing a lot of little stuff. I know it's the beginning of the year. We'll see how I balance out by the end of the year, but I'm trying to keep it not overload. That's my goal to balance, right? All right. But that's what we have, everybody. So I'm on Wednesday through Sunday nights now, starting at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. I do post the um, chat and session in the mornings. So you have all day to put your questions and make donations via the super chat or in the description box of the video. We have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. You can make donations like that throughout the day too. I try to capture them all here and there throughout the day. YouTube saves them, but I do that anyway just to make sure because Capricorn Rising organization. I'm surprised I don't do it on a spreadsheet, but so you have an option to do that, especially if you're in on the other side of the planet when these sessions are really early in the morning or really late at night. So thank you guys for your patience with all those changes. And remember, as you're going through your adventure, that every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.